Check me out now. Return of the smooth operator. Shotty on repeat. I say sleep later. This another favor. Consider me your neighbor. Lost a lot of fam in pursuit of the paper. She gon' catch the vapors when we slide by. The way I speak my mind, it's like I peak my prime, but I ain't close. I cruise through the night air. Fantasy a dream. Real world is a nightmare. Like Claire battling the brainless. Learn to live shameless. Talk about me alive, but claim that I'm nameless. You aimless. So I'ma style on them. They washed up. It's a rap. Throw the towel on them. Gaining miles on them. Otakus for the win. Tacos, it depend on the mood that I'm in. Like Finn when it's time for adventure. This some new blue. Get ready to enter my mind for a few. Come and take a ride with the crew. I'ma show you how to recoup days lost when you vibe with the blue. Come vibe with the blue. Yeah. About time to regroup. Fly, got my eyes on the view. Never hear lies, only truth. Realize why they vibe with the blue. 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 Vibe with the vibe with the sky. Wait, you know the rest. I'm blessed. I see you frontin' like you ain't impressed, but I still get requests. I'm playing Zelda on the GameCube. I quit spamming my music. Don't ever try forcing the links. That's a high rule. The wind waker, Mother Nature on my side too, controlling the elements. Go and check my avatar. I'm arrows ahead. Get the point. Moving forward. The battle scars accumulated over time are reminders of what I went through as a miner. Made me a grinder. The trees broke down for this loose leaf. If life's a game of death, I'm Bruce Lee. Ooh wee. Lose sleep on the regular, trying to get this word out. Then I crash Nebula. Wish I had a very odd parent, maybe two, but it's cool. Everybody pays dues. Now it's time to make moves. Granny didn't raise me to lose. Think I'm in the mood for a cruise. Wanna ride? Come and vibe with the blue. Come 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 vibe with the. Check this out, y'all. I'm back spazzing like the elderly worth of my cousin Beverly. Never swear away from the truth. Just ask Heather, be weather, be tripping, starting to control like our destiny. Always give you the best of me until the death of me. My weaponry is a paintbrush. Hush, don't tell my secret. They get a hold of it. If you leak it, get it. It's cool. Got you covered though, look. But let me get back to that cool-ish, loose-ish. Why they still lying? They don't do this. Bad at board games, whole world clueless. Selling their soul for Roof Chris. Who's this honored fella? Need a slice, extra mozzarella. Crew fly, let God propellers. Humanity born like they don't trust fun. Why you dodge the teller? You don't know, but my odds are better. Life's a gamble, depending on who holding the cards. You can start living at large or it's bon voyage. Charge it to the game. Me and you ain't the same. I'm thinking bigger pictures. Why you still shrinking the frame, ever blinking the rain? It helps when your eyes dry. Mob with the bright minds. Think you funny, wise guy? Midnight marauder with a new tribe. Tired of the fake. Come and vibe with the blue sky. Come vibe with the blue sky. Why do you try? We get them high. Take them high. What I do? Come vibe with the blue. Yeah. Come vibe with the blue. Pass what up? Vibe with the.
Motherfucker, are you out of your damn mind?
I have seen everything that has ever happened, ever will happen, ever could happen, and yet, what the hell is this?
Are you ready?
Just in case, I apologize. There'll be a lot of stop and start here at the very beginning because it's actually my first stream. I usually don't stream anything, mostly because reasons. I'm more of a production guy. Welcome, everyone. I don't know who all is in here just yet. We are going live with the first episode of the Blerd Cave. And, y'all talked about, wanting me to do more live streams, do more videos, live, and, so I can reach out to y'all. And I wanted to do it, but now we're finally doing it. We're actually going to get into that right now, so.
5年前、一人の男が夢を見ました。この星の救世主たちに一両のコミックユースをもたらすという夢を。その番組はザ・バラード・ケイブでした。毎週土曜日午後1時東洋順次午前10時太陽洋順次に by Blerd Without Fear の兄カロザスが代表提供せ本当の伝説を対象にしてきました。そして彼の頑固な共同司会者であるカーター・プレゼンツは少年の友達である同盟者であり明日マイティアソットサブスクライターズのために分血の努力を重ね土曜日の朝に明日マイティアストが不足することのないように確保するのに重要な役割を走ってきました。今日私たちは皆さんに The 250 episode of The Blerd Cave Legend continues!
Word to wise, grass only greener when it's fertilized. Gave them truth in these songs, they prefer to lies. Destiny beautiful, adrift in her purple lies. You can't see me, you Stevie, wondering how I reach more evolutions than Evie and make it look easy. Dream on, yeah, dream on, dream weaver.
What is up, Earth's mightiest subscribers? It's your boy Ernie, Blerd Without Fear. Got the homie Carter presents. Welcome to the 250th episode of the Blerd Cave, the #1 comic book news stream on this or any other Earth in the multiverse that runs faces out the place on Saturdays. Often imitated, never duplicated. Welcome to this landmark episode. I know I'm a little more hype than usual, but it's a special day. It's a very special day, Carter. How often do people get to have their 250th episode? What? What do you mean? What are you talking about? No. It happened. It all happened. It's all real. Thank you to those who appreciated the hard work and dedication I put in last night. I actually worked on that video for a while. So yeah, it took up most of my day. I even did. Oh, wait, they can't hear you? Hold up. That's weird because I can hear you. Interesting. Hold on. Wait a minute. Oh, you know what? Here, hold on real quick. I think I know what the problem is. Hold on. I think I know what the problem is. Something got changed. It was no? You should be coming through Crystal. Because you're coming through on my side. Interesting. Here, let's see. Huh. Okay. Well, I've learned something new. Let's try this then. Hold on. Let me see if maybe this might. Oh, don't be like that. Here, let's. That's weird, because, like, you should, because I hear you just fine. Like, I hear you perfectly. Like, nothing's changed on that end. And nothing's changed as far as, weird. Yeah, he's still in the Japanese setting. Hold on one sec. I want to see something. Carter, let me ask you a question. Can you hear yourself? Interesting. Okay. That is weird. Yeah, I was about to say. Well, no, it's weird because, like, I can hear you. Like, I can hear you perfectly fine, but, like, for whatever reason, like, they can't. That is kind of crazy. So, I tell you what, here, this is what I'm going to do. Let me go into my settings real quick and make sure that... Oh, here, let's see here. Monitor only, monitor off. No, nothing changed. No, I mean, I'm looking at, I'm like, nothing changed for your settings, like, at all. For whatever reason, you cannot be heard, and I find that kind of weird. No, I mean, I'm looking at it. I'm literally watching his levels as he talks in OBS. That's the funny part. Oh, wait, here, let's try this. No, you are even in a... Wow. Here, let's try this. Can y'all hear him now?
I don't know. Can y'all hear me now? Since it's gonna be a delay from when y'all gonna hear this from when I say
it. It's lower latency.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's lower latency now. Okay, so I've learned something then. I think I know. I know precisely what the issue is.
What?
I know precisely what it is.
Okay, we got.
So there was one thing
you can hear me now.
There was one thing I changed, and it was for recording purposes, which I now know not to use with you. It worked for Nerds of Culture, but for whatever reason did not work with you. So you were bad luck on that one.
You see what happens when you start showing old ass clips of people seeing themselves in ways they did not mean to see themselves, and now you're trying to turn us into a goddamn kung fu film and shit. You see what happened when you try to turn the Blerd Cave into one of these goddamn kung fu movies from '95? You see what you did? Now the motherfuckers couldn't even hear me for the first 15 minutes.
That was probably for the best. You were just hating. Welcome to the No Fun League. This is Carter's new nickname, No Fun League. Nobody could have any fun.
Some shots of me that I was just,
you act like you act like I got shown in a favorable light.
But this your channel. It don't matter. This all you.
Well, I mean, you got to show people like where you came from.
The fact that I saw me with the scarf era, Carter, with the paper on my goddamn face because I cut myself shaving. Hey, there are some things that should be left back there. There are some.
No, you got to show. Look, if you don't remember where you came from, how are you going to know where you haven't been? How are you going to avoid going to those bad places again? You might. Oh,
that's easy. American airline receipts. You know where you came from. You know where you been.
Well, regardless, we here at the Fun League like to have fun. And
yes, we do. And we ignore people, because I saw your comment, Jerome, in the chat. We ignore people that say that it doesn't matter and there is no trophy for being the #1 comic book media stream, period. We ignore those because the people that say you don't get anything for being #1 ain't #1.
Well, I mean, to be fair, the hate can be there. But you know what I say to that? What? I say that if we weren't good, other people who are actually more successful than us wouldn't be trying to replicate what we do. So there you have it. That is my across the bow. Take that how you want to. That said, That said, we have got the homie Go Contra, his baby's father, out here with the $2 super chat. Says Carter had that Genosha Wi-Fi.
They always trying to give me shit. Here's the thing,
I mean,
though.
you did have that
should have been
Genosha
u-
Wi-Fi.
You should have
though.
been you should have been using your ears. It wasn't my Wi-Fi. It was audio issues with him that he was trying on the other thing that didn't work over here. So now he has to go back in the lab and fix those said things.
I mean, it was one click.
Still on the fact.
It just took one click.
I'm still on the fact that at first I thought Discord was fucking up because I'm like, why does Ernie sound like that? And then I realized, oh, he still continued to talk like that. Did I put that shit on Japanese settings on Discord?
No, I did that on purpose.
And then I heard my name, and then I saw clips of me, and I was just like, Lord Jesus.
Now here, I want to point out something, y'all. Let me stop him before he slanders my good name. Had I not included him in the clip, he'd have came back later and been like,
I promise
so
you.
you just so you was gonna show you was gonna show all that, but you gonna act like I wasn't a part of any of that 250.
No, I'm gonna tell you, I was more shocked the Bishop was in it.
Well,
but
to be
that
fair,
was a good one. That was a good one. That was a good one.
So what I did, I'm gonna tell you what I did. Honestly, there was no rhyme or reason to the clips I picked. I literally just right-clicked, downloaded random episodes, took a piece, and threw it in there. Like, don't look for any deeper narrative in that video. Don't look for any deeper narrative.
I'm proud of the Simba with the Mohawk phase. I would ban you right now if I could.
I mean, hey. I'm just saying, look, here's what I find impressive. Here's what I personally find impressive about that is that I was able to channel the epic feeling of watching the opening of a Wrestle Kingdom or a new season of Super Sentai or Kamen Rider. And that's exactly what I was going for. So I feel like that is a win in and of itself.
It just caught me off guard because I was expecting like some kind of ad or maybe like you can get a bag out of nowhere and you got to talk about it real quick. That's what I was expecting. But I would say he said, question, who did the Japanese voiceover? They really don't know your voice.
Yeah, it was me.
Okay. So, Kung Fu movie notwithstanding. I want to welcome everybody. Blerd Cave 250. We got a lot to talk about today. We got X-Men 97 to talk about. We got Go-Go Loser Ranger, which I actually need to finish that first episode, actually.
How did you not finish it?
What happened? Oh, somebody hit me up about X-Men 97. Boy, did you see that episode?
Oh.
That was why. But
we're gonna be Ernie's gonna be talking about
Ernie's gonna be talking about Go-Go Loser Ranger. We're gonna be talking about X-Men 97. We're gonna be talking about X-Men adjectives from Jed McKay and Ryan Segman. And we're also gonna be talking about them Tuttles and this live action thing that some of y'all forgot about. Well, it got a rating now, and it's R. So we're going to also be discussing a comic that Ernie actually reminded me that I need to finish. We're going to be talking about 8 Billion Genies as well, and how Seth Rogen is just putting his hands on every comic book he can to make it a live action series. We got a lot to discuss today. But before we do that, we got to do shop. We got to do shop because we got a lot of super chats in. We had X-Triv gifting a bunch of Blerd Cave memberships. We got Devon Trey that also gifted.
Oh no, put some respect on me. He gifted 5. Put some respect. Put some respect.
Only reason I didn't say it is because it's gone from my chat. I just knew that he did.
I got it in front of me. Okay,
cool. I just saw it. I remembered he did it, but it's already gone from me. Because the only one I see right now is that Devon Trey gifted 1 membership as well to Jerome.
Yeah, we got that. Yup. We got that. And we have also those are a little bit further back, so I can't do anything with that. But we do have we also got Devontre with 29 months in the Blerd Club. Diamond Mine says we out here. Henshin Heroes, Go-Go Loser Rangers, a banger. Celebrating with all my grown-ups in spandex homies. Mighty Henshin Hero Devontre out here with y'all. Blerd Cave. So yeah, we got that out here. We appreciate you, pimp. Also, man, That actually felt really fun to do. I kind of want to do it more often, but I want to keep it special. We have also got the Black Century King out here with the $5. Says, bow your head low. All hail Gambit. The true ultimate life form. Sorry, Shadow fans. It had to be said. Oh, we got it. Okay. But no, what else we got here? Yeah, I think that's it. I think we're caught up.
All right, I just want to be petty.
Go
One more
ahead.
time. I like to think that because we say that we're the #1 comic book news stream, a lot of you all will have fun with us. You all just had fun with that Crunchyroll dub that just played before the show started. You know, there are several of you all in here right now, which means that you all also need to get those likes up. So hit that like button. That's number one. Number two is just, I feel like when you say something like that, one that you don't get anything for being that. Yeah, we get a lot actually. We get great people coming in here, but you also get bad people coming in here. But you get people coming in here having fun, enjoying the vibes, having a different opinion, and whatever that entails as well. So I just feel like if you're taking the time to say that you don't get anything and being kind of snarky about it, probably because your shit, you know what? Fuck it. I'm just gonna say what you said at one point in a conversation that we had about certain people.
What's that?
That's the whitest of white bread that is saying that.
Oh, yeah. Usually.
You are dry.
Yeah.
You suck. Okay.
Yeah. No,
You're not doing what everybody else is doing. So the only thing you have left to do is try to have some kind of thing to point at to be like, well, you don't get anything. Yeah, we get a lot more than you do.
Well, you know,
a lot more than you do.
The main thing is, and this is something I've learned a lot over the course of my YouTube career, is that whenever people who are not having fun see other people having fun, you know what they like to do? Come in and start hating. And you know what that tells me every time? Matter of fact, I think I said it in a video not too long ago that when people get mad at other folks, like case in point on Twitter, when I was talking about the a different world reference in X-Men 97 in not this past week's episode, but the week prior, I said someone literally got mad because they saw so many people having a good time, laughing about a shared memory, and because they didn't have any frame of reference, they're like, nah, I'm just gonna hate.
Yeah.
And it's like, dude, it's like, it don't even make me mad. It makes me laugh. Yeah. Like, they think that they're making people mad. It's like, no, I just find you sad. I find you sad and pathetic at that point. It's like, let people have their fun.
And when I say whiter than white bread, I'm not referring to a color. I'm referring to that basic ass content, because you can't get no whiter than white bread. If you get into wheat bread territory, you ought to just get the fuck off of YouTube.
Yeah, but you got no sugar in there.
About content. When I say whiter than white bread, you basic, you cornball. You just standing there looking at a camera like this real quick. You suck.
Reading. I know they be reading. They look. I don't have to have the intro in front of me. You know what I do? I just say it off the dome.
I'm not naming names. I'm just saying 9 times out of 10, when people say stuff like that, it's because they aren't #1 and they know that. That's all.
Yeah. No. And here's the thing. You know the best part of it is? They hate us because they ain't us. But that said, Y2 News says Ernie's getting too confident. The chuds of humanity and Dorcas are preparing for the fall of Blerd Cave. They really are. Here's the thing. They're trying to get me. And the funny thing is, it's like I told somebody the other day. They were like, when the Ed Piskor stuff came, like, oh, I'm sure you've got some skeletons in your closet. And I said, yeah, probably. I was like, yeah.
I ain't just gonna tell nobody I got bodies like that, Ernie. You grew up in Memphis. You know that's a no-no. You don't just tell people.
No, I mean, I'm
committed.
I'm not telling them what I did. I'm just saying, like, I'm pretty sure I got some shit out there. I'm pretty sure.
Don't be proud of the fact that you got some bodies somewhere.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not proud of it. I'm just saying, like, I'm not going to sit up here and be like, oh, I'm above reproach. I have never done anything wrong a day in my life. It's like, no, I'm pretty sure I've done some dumbass shit. But the thing is, the difference between doing dumbass shit, that you saw, like, the difference between someone finding dumbass shit that I did in my past is that the question should be, am I still doing it? That's something people don't think about. But that said, LA Chillin' with the Blerd Club Silver says, my name is Blerd. Remember it. Yeah, like that episode. God damn it. Shit. Hey, nobody gonna forget that goddamn episode. Shander Wilson with the Blerd Club Diamond. Welcome to the Diamond Mine. We also got that cool black nerd with the $9.99. Says Go-Go Loser Ranger was the first anime I ever watched because of how much Ernie talked about the manga, and I loved it. Any recommendations of sci-fi anime? Well, here, I got another one for you, and we're actually going to talk about it a little bit later in the show as well, because it literally just came out about several hours ago, and that is Kaiju number 8. The first episode literally dropped just hours ago. I finished it like right before we went live. What else we got here? Yeah, no, that's about it. That's about it. I think that's it.
Okay.
I think that's enough.
Gokhan sure his baby father. Let me correct you right now, because he just put in the chat. Carter with the pink shirt and Kanye West scarf is diabolical. First off, that was not a pink shirt. That was a purple Twitch shirt. That's what that was. We ain't gonna talk about that. That's why you should.
Hey, to be fair though, as a guy who grew up a wrestling fan and a huge fan of Bret the Hitman Hart, pink has never bothered me.
No, pink. I'm surprised that people are so like negative about it. Because maybe it's because I grew up when Dipset was a thing, and Cameron had them big ass pink mink coats and pink Jeeps and shit like that. So like, pink has never bothered me, but it's just the fact that he said it was me with that shirt with the Kanye West scarf is diabolical.
I mean,
you make me sound like I'm stroking the kitty, like I'm about to like just do some dastardly plot to Inspector Gadget or something.
I mean, look. It is what it is. I just thought about it because I just realized that I mentioned Kaiju number 8, but it's only got the one episode. So if you actually want something with some more meat on its bones,
in
the sci-fi category, while not exactly the same thing, I'm a huge fan of Psycho-Pass and Ghost in the Shell Standalone Complex. Actually, Ghost in the Shell Standalone Complex is one of my favorite animes of all time. I always recommend Cowboy Bebop, even though technically it's not sci-fi. It kind of is.
That's what I was thinking. That's where my mind went, but I didn't want to say it because I'm like, just because it's in space don't mean it's sci-fi.
I mean,
it's more so.
It's like sci-fi.
Regular.
You know what it is? It's the setting. The setting is sci-fi.
That's why I didn't want to say it.
But yeah, I still count it just because. Oh, there's another one I started watching recently called Metallic Rouge, which is really good. I like it. Also, one of the few anime I've watched lately that actually has a black character voiced by a black person. And then I would also throw out there Parasite the Maxim, though I think that one just kind of ends. I don't think it actually has any continuation.
Does that have anything to do with the Parasite one with the aliens come in and people are like the parasites? Is that what
like they come out of their face and be like slicing people up and shit? Yeah, that's Parasite.
Okay.
That's Parasite.
Okay. Have you seen the Netflix thing that they've done for the live action one?
I haven't watched it, but I have seen the trailer. Like it's on my list of things to watch. Like now that I'm done with Fallout, I'm gonna start watching that.
Gotcha.
But yeah, those are some good ones out there. And then of course you can't really go wrong with Gundam. So, and one of the goats, Outlaw Star. Outlaw Star, still the goat to this day.
need to rewatch that. I really do need to.
It's so
rewatch
good. It holds up so well. Oh, Tiger and Bunny. Devontre just put that out there. Tiger and Bunny is a very good one. Very good one. It's actually when people were like really getting on the My Hero Academia craze and acting like there's never been superheroes in anime before. I was like, y'all gonna sit here and act like we ain't never seen no Tiger and Bunny? Okay, all right.
One more thing to ask you before we get into business.
Go ahead, shoot.
You said one anime you watched you said it was called Moulin Rouge. Did it have anything to do with Rouge the Bat?
No.
Okay.
Metallic Rouge is it's really weird. It's a sci-fi kind of Blade Runner style anime with with some magical girl elements, but just in the sense of the transformation. It's almost like Metallic Rouge is almost slick like a Kamen Rider style anime. And but like if Kamen Rider was in the Blade Runner setting.
Okay.
That's the best way I can put it. We also got Xylism here with the 1999 super chat says here. Since Loser Rangers is brought up, let me throw another bone to the community. If you all want an isekai that is also a sentai, check out the manga. The Red Ranger becomes the adventurer in another world. That is, I've actually seen. To be fair, a lot of anime and manga have dumb names. Let's just go ahead and put that out there.
Okay.
Case in point, you want to know one of my favorite old school retro anime?
Shoot.
Bubblegum Crisis. What does the title mean? Nothing. It's kind of like if you ever ask the guy who created Neon Genesis Evangelion, if you ask him what it means, you know what he's going to tell you?
What?
It just sounded cool. And we also have to remember, too, it probably sounds cooler in Japanese than it does in English.
I like pissing people off with that anime because I always call it Even Jelly, and they get enraged.
Even Jelly? Oh, my God. Oh, my God. This guy and... Oh, Lord. Bless his soul. Bless his soul.
So this is actually for the chat, so we can get into work. So I want you all to answer this in chat because I see people constantly recommending. Okay, Bubblegum Crisis is lit. That's good to know.
It is.
I see some people recommending Trigun for the cool black nerd. Have you all seen that new Trigun remake thing that they've done? And I want you all to let me know how it is in the chat. So
there you go. I like it.
Ernie, what do you want to talk about?
Let's jump into X-Men first because it's the thing I've talked the most about, and I know it's something we can get through with relative ease. Okay, so let's go ahead and get the elephant out of the room. I'm going to tell you right now, if you have not seen episode 5, remember it. Episode 5 of X-Men 97. I'm going to tell you right now, I'm going to spoil the fuck out of it. Let's go ahead and just rip that Band-Aid off right now. So here's the thing. I kind of briefly talked about this. Didn't even really make it a major point of the video I did for X-Men 97. But with everything that happened, Genosha and the wild Sentinels showing up and just running a lot of fades just indiscriminately, just out here, just laying absolute positive waste to any and everything. One of the things that people, I feel, started to expect was that they're like, you know what? I know exactly who's behind this. There were so many people that were like, nope. I know who it is. I know who it is. I know who is at fault. I know who to levy the blame on. And you know what? The most common answer I saw people put up. The most common answer was this heifer. Cassandra Nova. For those who do not know who Cassandra Nova is, you've never seen this bald-headed white woman before a day in your life, and you're wondering, why does Charles Xavier look sick? It is because that is the twin sister of one Charles Xavier, who he strangled in the womb and took her on up out of here. But obviously she is not dead. She is alive, and that's because to get into the backstory of Cassandra Nova, it requires you to do a lot of because comic books. Like after every statement you make, you will probably say because comic books, this is why okay, and then because comic books, this is why that happens. We're not going to get into all that. I'm not here for that. But the thing is, the most common person I have seen whose name has come up as the culprit, like, oh, they're going to bring in this villain. They're going to bring in this character. They're going to bring in that character. She is the name that has come up the most. And that is why I feel like a lot of people were not paying attention. A lot of people were not paying attention. So
it's very strange because when I saw this, when you said that we were going to talk about it, and then I just started reading the article and I started looking online and I was just trying to figure out
like who people thought.
Where are y'all getting this from? That's where my mind went.
Yeah.
When I tell you I was not thinking about Cassandra Nova in the slightest, I was just trying to figure out where people were pulling this from, and maybe I had seen something wrong. Well, maybe I didn't look into something.
Maybe it's because you have listening comprehension. I don't know. But no. So because I think I saw somebody bring it up here in the chat as well. I believe I saw. I thought I saw somebody bring it up in the chat. Let me see here. Yeah, here it is. Irv Sweet said, or Irv Sweet right here said. Right here. Cable said he though. Exactly. That's kind of my point. That is my thank you. Thank you for putting that there so I can, also not look like a crazy person. Oh wait, Dolls okay. Willie said, I love the X-Men 97 video. Were you really drinking wine? Yes. That was real. That was real Stella Rosa Black that I was drinking, which is one of my favorite wines. Actually, by the time, funny story. Actually, by the time I got to the end of the video, I was on glass 3. So
I feel like you were sauced.
Oh yeah, I was good. Actually, if you go back, like knowing it, with me saying that now, if you go back and watch the video, you could probably tell why I'm sweating so much and why I seem like I'm kind of like. Yeah.
What's it? No, it wasn't them lights.
No, it was not the lights. It was the drink. It was the like. Okay, so here's a real thing. What I was going to do at first is I was going to pour a shot of some Tennessee whiskey. However, I realized drinking that whiskey, I would want something that actually tasted good. Like, not to say the whiskey's bad, but something that I wouldn't be like, okay, I got to have some drink after that. So yeah. So there's that. Here, real quick, we got some here. Gungrave or Gunsword are great animes. Yes. I haven't watched Gunsword in a while. Gungrave is great. But I do remember liking Gunsword, honestly, kind of reminded me a little bit of Cowboy Bebop in terms of tone. But it's not the same show. And then Paul Archery Media with the $5 says, just drop in and show some love. The way X-Men 97 is being written is how I want a live action done. Character driven, mutant and proud. Here's the thing. If the MCU fucked this up, they need their ass whooped because X-Men 97 just gave you the blueprint. Like, honestly, you know the question I actually have, because another thing people don't bring up as much, Bo DeMaio actually worked on Moon Knight. A lot of people don't think about that, but Bo DeMaio worked on Moon Knight, and here's the thing. I like Moon Knight a lot as well, and the fact that he wrote the shit out of this lets me know he actually gets it. So it would be funny. I know it's not the case, but just in my own head canon, it's the way I want to see this. I would laugh my ass off if all of this, Bo DeMaio got fired from X-Men 97.
And what if we, because he's been largely quiet about it. I would laugh my ass off if, like, a year from now we get an announcement. Bo DeMaio is the writer for the first X-Men movie in the MCU. I would laugh my ass off. All these people coming with all these crazy ass theories. I'd be like, oh man, dude, just wait. But nah, he probably did something dumb. So we're just going to keep it a buck. But yeah, no. So here's the thing. The reason why I say, for me personally, the reason why I say it is not Cassandra Nova, the reason why I think it's probably somebody else, I'm going to tell you the answer that makes the most sense to me. I mean, while we know Mr. Sinister is largely the villain we have probably seen the most of between trailers and just episodes, we really haven't seen a lot of like the same person. But like, I think they did like one of those mid-season trailers. We saw some more Mr. Sinister. Just because of a face, or not really a face, technically we didn't see his face. But Carter, I'm sure you remember from episode 4. We got a tease. And I feel like this was one of those teases that wasn't on accident. If that makes any sense. So there's a person that, let me see if I can actually get this to show up in the frame. There we go. There's a picture that pops up for the briefest of moments. It actually shows up twice, which is why I think it wasn't like just such a tongue-in-cheek thing. Is this picture right here. Now, Carter, do you, so right there, right off rip.
I didn't catch that at first.
Oh, really?
Interesting.
So, Carter, I'm sure you recognize the fit. I'm sure you recognize the fit there.
Yeah, I recognize that fit. I just got this.
he's like, well, shit. Now it all makes sense.
You know what's even funnier about it is I had just finished reading X-Men Second Coming a couple of days ago.
Damn.
Word for word, bar for bar, the exact same fit. So like, okay,
bruh,
all right.
Like I said, that is none other than
That's
boy. That's Bastion.
Yeah, that's Bastion like a motherfucker. That's funny. That's funny.
Oh yeah.
Oh man, I cannot believe that I missed that. See, that's what I'm saying. Like with these episodes being so focused around like Sentinel stuff. And with Bastion being what he is, how are you going? I'm really confused as to why you're going toward the Cassandra Nova. Like,
well, I'm gonna tell you why I think some people did it, and it's because it's the low-hanging fruit. Now, y'all are probably wondering, why is Blerd saying this was the low-hanging fruit? Okay, well, I'm gonna tell you why. It's the low-hanging fruit because a lot of this week's episode of X-Men 97 has taken a lot of nods.
So what you all don't see for all our audio files is he just pulled the Grant Morrison new X-Men omnibus off the shelf. It took a little bit of work because I saw that stretch he did.
Oh yeah,
something caught.
Oh no, I pulled a muscle. I pulled a muscle. You could best believe that. But oh wow, you know what? I never looked at the inside of this. At least I don't think I have. Hold on. I think I might have learned something. Hold on. Wait a minute.
He has never taken off the dust jacket. He is removing the dust jacket. Who is that?
That's Wolverine.
That's Wolverine. Yeah.
And then Cyclops and Emma.
Okay, that's dope.
Yeah. All right. Oh, okay. I'll rock with it. But okay, so but the main point of the matter I'm getting at here is that that's like the whole E is for extinction deal.
Yeah.
And it was in that opening, couple of issues of the run where Genosha was wiped out. And the wild sentinel that we saw in X-Men 97 shows up. So yeah, it was like they did adapt, which I thought this was just crazy. I never thought I'd be saying that Grant Morrison's X-Men would be getting adapted in anything X-Men related that was not a comic. So yeah,
hey, we didn't expect Different World even to make a fucking cameo.
Right? Well, you know what? I said the same thing about Doom Patrol.
when Doom Patrol first came out.
Yeah.
And it was like, dude, they are Grant Morrison the fuck out of this show. I was like, Grant Morrison got, like, y'all had to, I bet that man got like 20 checks off Doom Patrol. How much stuff that they took that was his. I was like, bro, ain't no way. Ain't no way they didn't do it. But anyway, point of the matter is that the reason why I think people are jumping on the Cassandra Nova bandwagon is because they think that, oh, well, they did Genosha, they did the Wild Sentinel wiping out everything, and even the I want to pull this shot up here. I'm going to pull this shot up because this is one that, like, we always talk about how in X-Men 97 they do a really good job of showcasing iconic moments from the comics, like stuff that when you look at it, you're like, I know precisely what this is. I know exactly what's happening. There's no way you're going to sneak any of this past me. And I want to show y'all something. I want to bring up the shot here. So this is like the last shot of Genosha that we see. And then this right here. Like the way they did, like they literally took that and like, and I don't have the image of it, but there is also an image that comes up in the show where they show the Wild Sentinel doing like the exact same that I'm showing right here. But yeah, I just the way the level of detail, the level of attention to detail is just it's crazy. And here's the thing. And even the old X-Men animated series used to do this as well, is that, yeah, they would adapt a story arc, but sometimes they would mix and match elements to create a new story.
Yeah.
Like, you know, to give you, so that way that the people who've read the comics can get something new, and the people who haven't read the comics, they're getting something new regardless. And I feel like that is, I think that's a very important thing that I think a lot of people aren't really paying attention to. But to put it in perspective, the producer and head director, Jake Castorina, told fans of Cassandra Nova that I would not get my hopes up for Cassandra Nova being a huge villain in our show. But what I will say is I don't think people will be disappointed with our choices. So basically that right there should also tell you a couple things. For one, it's not to say that Cassandra Nova won't show up. Because you got to read you got to look exactly how it was worded. Not being a huge villain in our show, which means that if she shows up, she'll either show up like some other characters do, where maybe she'll pop up for a few seconds here or there, or maybe she's going to be something that gets teased later, or somebody that pops up at a later point, but isn't really like, she's not, whatever it is, even if she shows up, she won't be the focus of the show. But also, the thing I find interesting is the word choices.
Yeah.
Because that can imply a lot of things. It probably was a slip of the tongue. It could just as easily mean, oh, well, you know, just choices in terms of who we decided to go with, you know, as in the one character, which I think it's safe to say right now, I think it's arguably Bastion. I think Bastion is probably the most safest, most low-hangingest ass fruit of a choice that I feel you could possibly go with. Like, there are very few things in this world that I think would be as certain as Bastion. Yeah. But it wouldn't be shocking to me if maybe there were more players. Because I mean, they're adapting a lot, and I feel like I'm gonna be honest with you, Carter. I don't know how you felt about this, because I don't think we've talked about it together, but I'm going to tell you what blew my mind about this episode, and it is the inclusion of a quiet council. Bear in mind, they're never called that, but just the idea that a very similar setup was there.
You got Sebastian, you got Shaw, and you got Emma right there, and she keeps referencing the council. You got Jean right there. I don't give a fuck. You can call her Madeline if you want. You got Jean. You got Shaw. You got Emma. They want Magneto to be a part of it. Stop. This was the Hellfire Gala like a motherfucker.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
Stop.
Oh
Stop.
no! Complete with they was playing Happy Fucking Nation by Ace of Base, which is wild to me. Like,
and I thought it was really funny because people were bringing up that apparently Bo DeMeo was one of the main people that apparently he didn't like Krakoa at all. And
I remember hearing something along those lines.
Now, I don't know how true this is. This is just what some of y'all had told me, that he didn't like the Krakoa stuff. He didn't like Emma and Cyclops being a thing. But it was funny to me that you don't, if it's true, you don't like it, but you knew to put that shit in this episode.
Oh, yeah.
So I thought that was pretty funny.
Sometimes that shit happens. Like, you know,
thank you. And fucking Moira was there. Like,
yeah,
stop.
Moira. Yeah, Moira was there too.
Council like a motherfucker. Like, stop.
Yeah, dude. And also, I just want to point out, like, and I think I said this in my video, but they made a point to remind you.
Krenosha.
They made a point to remind you that Moira was human. like they really put emphasis on human in this. So like, I don't know if they're gonna end up coming back and be like, oh, wait a minute, maybe she ain't. Maybe I don't like. First of all, let's go and get this out of our head. I know they're not doing House of X. They're not doing House of X. But I will definitely say, as far as everything else goes, let me ask you this. So Carter, when you watched this episode and the Sentinel was initially looking at Gambit and Rogue talking about Omega level threat detected. How many Gambit fans do you think got excited and then immediately got let down?
Me, because I was one of them. I would have been right there with them.
It's funny. It's kind of become a meme to this point. I don't hate Gambit. Gambit's one of my favorite X-Men. But I just always find it funny because people are always so mad that he's not Omega level.
Dude, I had much more to worry about in this episode than him not being Omega. I was more so worried about his mental state because
he'd been through it.
He'd been through it, and he's trying his best to be this good man because I am not that good of a man. Me and Magnus would have had to square up right then. See, but this is I don't want to go on a long thing, but But this episode did a lot to. You remember how I told you I had read? I'd been reading a lot of Batman recently, and I started to dislike Batman. Okay, same thing happened with this, and we can actually use this to talk about the X-Men comics that are coming out later on. But with everything that happened in this episode, and with the current state of mutantdom in Marvel Comics right now, X-Men are starting to piss me off.
Oh, what happened?
Because, okay, I'm watching this episode. My boy Gambit finna just show out. But he still got hung up. Gets one last. That's a fucked up thing to say. But
he got hung out to dry.
He had to show it. He had to actually show it. But I like the fact that he still got that last fuck you in on that Sentinel. Yeah. Gotcha, bitch. Like real quick.
Did you catch how he went out though?
What do you mean?
He left the way he entered.
What do you mean?
The thing he says to the Sentinel before he goes, it's the very first thing he ever says on the show, period.
Oh, gotcha. Okay. That's dope. That's dope.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fire. But just my point.
Also, he got to have that little smile. Look at that. He's like, yeah.
That's what I'm saying. He went out like a G though.
That was 100%.
That was his Vegeta final explosion moment.
Oh yeah,
in X-Men form. But my whole thing was because I have to clarify for you and everybody else. I wasn't reading X-Men like that when the Genosha stuff happened in the comics.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
To be fair,
yeah.
I wasn't either.
Okay. So
I read it like later. I read it like a few years later.
Yeah. So just real quick to bring you all up to speed. I've been reading a lot of Batman stuff recently, and I started to dislike Batman because a lot of the stuff that he does, I think, is fucking stupid. X-Men, reading everything that happened with Krakoa and to where we are now, and then watching this episode, I'm not doing a damn thing for humans. If I see any of you all, you getting launched across the street. Like,
I mean, to be fair though, yeah, we did get a little taste of that from your boy.
For the boy Cyclops. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, yeah. Oh no.
Was
right
right.
Clops. Yeah, no, right Clops. That's right Clops. He was right. Look, Cyclops, he's like, yeah, y'all are weak. He's like, yeah, we are better than you.
That's where I went this entire episode. I shared that same sentiment because I'm like, dude, I'm not finna protect nobody that hate and fears me after this. After the now, because and again, I didn't read the Genosha Massacre, but just watching it like this, like, dog. And plus, I think a lot of it had to do with the fact that I was going in like I was Gambit. So I'm like, oh, my people are getting slaughtered in front of me, and my girl is being dumb as shit right now. Because that's one thing I think a lot of people are gonna disagree with me with. I hated Rogue in this episode. I absolutely despise. I hated Rogue and Jean in this episode. Like 150%.
Okay. I'm gonna tell you what. Okay. So Rogue is one thing. Rogue is like, I kind of felt where Rogue was coming from on some levels. But I'm gonna tell you what. Jean, for me.
Yeah.
Oh, Jean was all the way out of pocket. Like,
okay.
Because I won't. I'm not gonna go in on Rogue because I know she's going through some things. But like, Jean ain't got no excuse.
Why Rogue ain't got no goddamn excuse?
No, yeah.
You're not going to just do all of this shit with me. All this bullshit you talking about with I can't. Your heart beats and I can't touch your heart. And then you got the audacity when you know I'm still there to hover your goofy ass down and then just start having a kissing session in front of the dude you finna kick me. No. Now, when it comes to Jean, the one thing I kept screaming at my monitor when I was watching this episode, bitch, his son is gone.
Wait, she like, nah, I want them cheeks. She said, I want them cheeks.
That is so much character development for James Howlett that you had it primed and ready, and you still turned off. Nobody else can give me nobody can give that man fight. I bet not see one dumbass Fantastic Frankie video clowning Wolverine because this episode just did him so much justice, dog. I bet not see one goddamn video where she called him a weirdo because he had it primed right there. Like it was a Logan Paul video. It was a drink. It was primed right there. And he still turned off and said, take your ass back to the Boy Scout. I bet not hear nothing.
Well, no, look, I just love how he said, you need to go talk to your man. He said, you need to go talk to your man. He's like, stop fucking with me. Because here's the thing, Wolverine been rubbing on that picture. Wolverine been rubbing on that picture for I don't know how long, and now he finally get to have his moment. And he was like, "No, nah, this ain't." Well, here's the worst part though. What kind of got? I'm gonna tell you why. This ain't even so. Okay, this is part of it.
Yeah,
but I'm gonna tell you where Jean fucked up with me. When Jean was getting mad at Cyclops for having a conversation with his baby mama. And I mean, yeah, it was getting a little frisky.
Yeah, it was
getting a little frisky. But here's the thing, though. Why you mad that he was getting frisky? You look. You know what? I love the fact that they put this heifer back in the ponytail so we can know who she is. I was like, yes. I said, look, Karen ass. Look, your name ain't Jean. Your name is Karen Gray.
You can be upset that shit it went a little extra when they was in the mine realm. Okay, you can be a little bit annoyed, Madeline. I need to talk to Scott. Okay, I feel you there. But when you come in with this whole "Do you even love me?" bitch, my son is gone somewhere with a virus. If you get the fuck away from
look,
me,
and look, and here's the thing. Not to say that because Cyclops, he don't know that she out here kissing Wolverine, but I'm like this: you can't be sitting here putting your tongue down Wolverine throat and then come to me mad because I had a psychic kiss with my baby mama. Because here's the thing you can't deny. Madeline Pryor is the mother of Cable. Like, there's no two ways about it. That's his baby mama. You been gone, don't nobody know how long, but we know it's long enough that your ass ain't pregnant. So you've been gone at least 9 months. Yeah. You've been gone at least 9 months.
He was unaware of all of this. So as far as he knows, that was his lady. His firstborn was taken from him, given a virus, and then taken from him again. Even though it was Bishop trying to help him and find a cure, even though that was the case, he was taken from him twice. And you are in front of me. Do you even love me? Out of L. Get out of my face, trick.
I'd be like, man, if you don't get your ginger ass all up off away from me.
They could have been real cold and had that conversation happen and then the interview happen. Because, that would have been fire.
Dude.
That would have been fire. Knowing all of that context happened, and then he went on that little rant that he did, you couldn't be mad at him no more.
No,
bro.
I'd be like, nah, I'd be like, man, that motherfucker. Look,
that would have been
better. I'm just gonna say it now, man. Look, the one y'all need to be watching out for right here. Cause he done saw Genosha get wiped up. So you know what he about to go do. This man about to go start X-Force, man. Y'all better quit playing with Beast. Look, and he ain't got the glasses on either. Oh, yeah, no, he ain't got the glasses on. Carter, you know what time it is.
If the next episode comes out and that shit says, it's showing you all the voices of this episode, and that shit says guest starring Kelsey Grammer, I'll fucking die.
Oh, man,
I will die right there. I will die right there because I know the pain that Hank McCoy is about to bless everybody.
Look, as soon as I saw Hank do this, I was like, oh yeah, nah, he thinking about he cooking up X-Force right now. But no, all bullshit aside. I'm not gonna lie, yeah, this episode hit. It hit.
Yes, it did. That was a good episode. That was a really good episode.
He about to be that Krakoan shrimp beast.
How we got the Genosha and Hailfire Gala massacre clumped together. That was dope. It was dope. I wish nothing but the worst for Rogue. I truly hope that she feels absolutely terrible about everything that happens. I hope that Morph finds out, so he can just start being petty as shit toward her, like he keep doing Logan and Gambit. I hope Morph catches wind of this.
Damn.
But yeah, this was this.
Oh, you know Morph's gonna be petty.
You know he is. He is. I'm just hoping he is.
Bruh.
Here we are at the funeral of great Remy LeBeau. Do you have anything that you want to add, Rogue? You have anything you want to input? Since you were the last person that saw him before he passed, did he say anything? Did you all have a conversation about why, anything happened before he passed? Have any good memories? Like
all the danger room
kind
sessions?
Of morph that's the morph I want to come out. Dog, I would die laughing.
No, he ain't. Dude, I like messy morph. I like him.
Yeah.
But no, all that said, let's get to our I didn't actually make a thing for it. I kind of forgot to. But we're gonna keep it X-Men just for a moment, because this one we can kind of run through pretty quickly. Okay, so here's what I'm gonna say right now. Before we actually jump into it, I'm gonna go ahead and say right now, this is for a solicit that we just recently got.
Yeah.
For the upcoming X-Men From the Ashes kickoff. We got to take a look at a cover. Very nice cover too by Ryan Stegman. Here, let me pull this up.
Yeah, I like this cover.
Yeah,
I really dig this cover. I still don't like the big ass X on Juggernaut. I still don't.
You know what? I tell you what, I would like it better if it didn't go all the way down his costume. Like if it was one of those, like if it was the X, and then like when it, because like you see where it comes down to his chest, and you're just kind of like, oh well, all right. Now it looks less like an X and more like some big ass guard cheers. But no. So yeah, we got the team here. Now I will point out something. A character that is ominously absent from this cover that we know is on the team is Magneto. Now, Carter, I don't know if you saw what I saw. I did put a video out the other day about Resurrection of Magneto, and I actually bring it up briefly in that video. There is there was an image here. Let's jump over here. There was an image from the panel where I think it was WonderCon, where they announced all this stuff. And we got to see who was under that helmet. And it looks like Sir Ian McKellen. Sir Ian McKellen has now been made canon in the X-Men comics. You heard it here first. But no, in all seriousness, the question I have is, what the fuck did Magneto do? What happened to him that got him looking like that after he just came back looking like new money? But that's the question I have. But yeah, that's neither here nor there. Also, why is he in the chair? Does he get his back broke? Is he getting his back broke?
I think it was something that Marvel was alluding to with, because there were rumors circulating that they're going to be bringing back the Amalgam universe. So I think this is more so just him with his own Mobius chair.
Oh shit, man, dude! You know what? That's lit. That's actually pretty lit. So basically, he know everything.
Yeah, I think that's what that is.
We're gonna hear
and
that.
I think that.
Ping.
I think with this one, just coming from the Resurrection of Magneto that just came out this week, I think him being in that chair actually is going to age him, because it's the Mobius chair, because that's what it did to Batman in the Jeff Johns Dark Side War. It actually aged him. That's how you got the Old Man Logan and Batman crossover. I feel like it's going to be a lot of people in these YouTube comments that are going to be like, hey, yo, what the fuck is Carter talking about?
They're like, excuse you? Well, here's what I'll say to you.
I made so many people so mad just because I sounded so serious.
They're like, God damn it. We thought you were for real.
Oh, man.
Nah, we're just
But
playing.
that is a good that's a good question of why he is old and why he in that chair.
Yeah, I have a lot of questions. I will say real quick, because I don't want to lose this, because I well, technically already did lose it, but I won't be able to show it. But Carlos Johnson with the 1999 super chat says, if I were a mutant and someone said gala, I would not go, since almost every time one happens, some drama happens and someone catches it. It's like my family reunions or barbecues. We just gonna play basketball and baseball. Hey, honestly, that might be the best outcome for all parties involved. I do want to point out something, Carter. I don't know if you saw this, but you know what let me know we were in for a bad time in that episode?
What's that?
This right here.
Fireworks?
No, look to the left.
What the fuck is that?
I'm gonna zoom. We're gonna enhance.
I didn't even notice that. What is that? Oh, Lord.
That's Uatu. Yeah, Jeffrey Wright. That's American Fiction. That's American Fiction right there. That's how we knew. That's how we knew it was over. It was over before it started.
Are they trying to do some like crossover stuff?
I don't know. I don't know, but I'm
wondering if that's the same one. I did not. How did people catch that? I did not notice that.
I saw it on I saw it when I was watching it, but like it was clear when I was watching it. But yeah, I was like, oh shit. I was like, they really did this shit.
But yeah, well, here's the thing. It's the same studio that makes X-Men 97, so it's not like they can't do it if they don't want to, but I'm not expecting it. But I would be okay with it if they did. They decide to cross that shit over, I would eat it up. We have also got Chi-Town Dan out here. This one I can't show because it's relatively recent. Is it wrong to want Jean to be replaced by a black girl after this episode? I mean, maybe she won't faint all the time.
You all please remember to get those likes up as well.
Yes, please. We got 311 people here. I see 175 likes. The math ain't mathin'. We also got Walter Baptiste out here with the 1999 Canadian super chat. Says, just showing love. I finally caught y'all, but I am behind on X-Men, so I'll have to watch the cave later tonight. Hey, we appreciate you. We appreciate the love. That's called dedication because he showed up anyway, left his tithe, and said, all right, I'm going to catch y'all at the 11 o'clock service. Or at the 5 o'clock mass. Is basically what he did there. I appreciate that wholeheartedly. But okay, so here's the thing. Here's where we're going to get into spoilers for The Fall of X. So I'm going to tell you right now, and if you watched my video for the NYX and Phoenix announcements, then you already, if you watched past the point where I said spoiler alert, then you already know this, so it's nothing new. But for those who did not watch that video, or you just don't want to be spoiled for Fall of X, you might want to cover your ears for a couple of minutes. But that said, the whole Fall of X thing, as it comes to an end, this is in the blurb for the solicit for the upcoming adjectiveless X-Men. And it's actually in a lot of the other solicits too. So yeah, once again, it's one of those things that I think you kind of know where this is going. But the solicit reads, the fall of Krakoa will go down as one of the darkest chapters in mutant history. But Cyclops refuses to allow the X-Men to be victims. The first X-Man, mutant kind's ultimate leader, and arguably the most brilliant strategic mind in the entire Marvel universe, Scott Summers, steps up to guide his species towards a better future in Jed MacKay and Ryan Stegman's X-Men.
It's going to be a lot of people that are going to be extremely upset.
Yep.
This, like, arguably the most brilliant strategic mind in the entire Marvel universe. People on Twitter finna have a fucking field day with that.
Oh yeah, no, they're gonna be mad. Oh, they're gonna be big mad.
I can't wait for the YouTube videos to come out about how wrong that is. I can't wait to see this.
Oh no, but Cyclops was right. So there you go. That's gonna be my answer every time. But Cyclops was right. But yeah, they say here, continuing on, they say announced last month, X-Men will be the first of 3 flagship X titles set in the upcoming From the Ashes era. No longer living under the protection of Krakoa, it's a dangerous time for mutants everywhere, and dangerous times call for radical action. Cyclops gathers a group of his most trusted and reliable mutant soldiers, along with the brightest of the next generation, to tackle the most prevalent threats to mutant kind, including an existential new enemy that rises out of the remains of Orcus. Prepare for a reckoning as the team handles explosive mutant-specific issues without restraint. Humanity can hate them all they want, as long as they fear them. That line right there. Ooh!
So that's a bar right there, but at the same time, that is some shit I would expect to hear from like Gillen's Cyclops. Like that's an uncanny X-Men with the all reds. That's the vibe I got from.
Look, I'm gonna tell you right now, that shit kind of hit. Like I'm not gonna hold you. That whole that's like That's a whole song. That's not even a bar. That's a whole goddamn. That's the whole song right there. That was literally
Most trusted
everything.
soldier, Beast. Well, we know Hank McCoy. We don't know what happened to him, but that Beast, even though he got the raccoon eye action going on in that cover, that's the one that recently came back. So that was one of his. I'm not gonna say soldier, but that's one of his most trusted allies.
Yeah,
that's
this
OG
is
Hank. That's
this
OG
is
Hank.
this is Defenders. This is the Beast from the Defend. So basically, a Beast from a time not too far removed from when Cyclops and Beast were actually like pretty cool. So
this is a Beast that's well before Bendis's all new X-Men when he brought the OG back. This is before all of that. So these two are still like first class kind of relationship. So that's why he would be one of the most trusted. I will say that reading this, because you asked me last week, which one of these am I really anticipating? And I was completely honest with you. I said not one of them. Reading that, I got a little bit more excited to see where this book is going to go. Because I've pretty much, I think this one is going to be the more, I don't know, I'm not going to say more serious because I don't want to take anything away from the other books. But I will say I'm a lot more excited for this and to see where this goes, for sure. More than I was last week.
Okay.
The radical, dangerous times call for radical action. That almost sounds like some kind of like guerrilla warfare kind of stuff to me, especially when I see that Juggernaut is on the team. So I could see them doing like some quick hit and runs with Juggernaut being on the squad and with Magic as well. I don't know, dude. I don't know. I will say that I'm a lot more excited for this. I'm a lot more my eyebrow raised. I'll say that. I'll say that for sure.
So let me tell you the rest then. It says, from the ashes, Krakoa is gone. Orcus has fallen, but the X-Men remain always. Cyclops leads, because that is what he does. Beast builds, because that is what he does. And from their new home in Alaska, the X-Men raise a flag of defiance. Mutant business is their business. Join Cyclops, Beast, Magneto, Psylocke, Magic, Kid Omega, Temper, and Juggernaut as new forces in the world move into position, battling for the destiny and philosophy of the mutant species.
And that's where I'm just kind of like, just because, number one, their new home in Alaska, I'm just like, ugh. But at the same time,
it looks cool.
But at the same time, all you people that keep talking about this, oh man, they're going back to the mansion. Shut up. It's Alaska. Shut up. So that's first thing. Second thing. Yeah. The X-Men raise a flag of defiance. Mutant business is their business. Your flag of defiance was Krakoa, and that's when you let everybody know that mutant business was your business.
I mean, true. But here's the way I took it. I took it a different way. I think the idea that Krakoa will not be a thing anymore, and the fact that they are, because here's a common thread I've noticed with some of the books, because I saw this with NYX, it's the fact that mutants are having to reestablish their place in a world that they left. So coming back and being like, hey, look,
we're back. Is that from the NYX books? Because that sounds dope. Or did you just pull that out? Because that's kind of gangster if you just pulled that out. Okay,
no, that's from NYX. Like,
that's dope.
Yeah, because they said it in the blur for that they're trying to find their place in a world that they left. Like, you got, because there's a lot of storytelling potential there. Because you think about it, so many mutants, and that's if you're not even including the X-Men, just regular ass, like people who are like Deku's mom in My Hero Academia, who her power, she can make some shit levitate like a little bit off the ground. Like people who aren't like, people who are what they refer to as epsilon level those people are going back out into the world and they have to reestablish a home for themselves. Like, imagine, like, you just, oh, wow, there's this new mutant island. Let me pick up all my shit and just go over there. I'm going to pick up my whole life because now I can go somewhere where I'm not going to be persecuted. Oh, well, that shit didn't work out. Hey, y'all still got that apartment I had? Did y'all already rent that out to somebody else? Or, y'all, oh, I can't come back. Oh, y'all don't rent to mutants. Oh, okay. So I'm just living on the street, huh? Oh, okay. All right. Well, no. It's cool. Yeah. I guess. Did you pull the phone out? You'd be like, hey, yeah, is this Cyclops? So, everybody was talking about the mansion. Is that back on the menu? Like, is there any way I can come kick it? Oh, y'all in Alaska? Oh shit. Well, I mean, like, is the mansion? Oh, they're using the mansion as a prison now. Oh. Okay. Well, no. It's cool. No. I'm good. Just yeah, man. I'll hit you up later. Wait. Hey, Kitty, where y'all at? Oh, y'all in Chicago? Oh, that sounds dangerous. Here, let me call up. Hey, Ro, where you? Yeah, I'm joking. Chicago's not dangerous. I actually would say, cold is more likely. But no. All that said. But yeah, that's why I feel the way I feel about it. I think it's gonna be. I think there's a lot of potential, for storytelling, in this. The fact that so yeah, you can't just pick up and leave your life and then come back. And you got to come back with your hat in your hands. Yeah, you get the folded hat. You're like, well,
when that, I can see that point. Just with, I think you could leave somewhere and go back to it and be all right. But you're more hat in hand this time, just because you went out somewhere, you threw it in everyone's faces that this was going to be better, and then it went to shit. So that, from that standpoint of going back to that place and trying to like, hey, what's up? Nah, what happened to Mutant and Proud? Y'all was over there. You was talking big shit. What happened to that? See that? Yeah. Okay, I would read a book or two about that.
Well, you also have to remember that once again, people don't like them. Yeah, like so it's not just the fact that they're coming back with their hat in their hands. They're coming back to reintegrate with a world that had told them to go to go home, to go somewhere else. They went somewhere else, and now they have to come back. That's not a pretty scenario. Like, I don't know if anyone's ever had to do that shit before. Like, if you were in a situation, like, imagine, okay, let's put it like this. Imagine you used to be a roommate with somebody who just so happened turns out to be a whole racist. And they just so happen to be racist against people like yourself. And they keep telling you every day, man, you go back to where you came from, or go somewhere else. You finally go somewhere else, and then you come back. Like, you done gone, you living the good life. Now they mad at you because you actually left. And now they got to find somebody else to pay this rent. But then you come back because your shit got fucked up. And it's like, hey, can I, you still got that room?
It's even more nasty because there's a key thing I think you're forgetting with this. You have all these basically racist people and muty this, muty that. You get away from them, and now you're doing better than them. They don't like that you're doing better than them because they think it's something else. So those same racist people, they destroy what you built.
I mean, that's more or less
now
what I
you
said.
gotta. But that is so.
That's what I meant by, like, they're mad that you left. Yeah, they're mad that you left because you're doing better.
Yeah. So we gonna ruin that better you did. And then you gonna come, and then you still got to come back over here.
It's Black Wall. It's Black Wall Street come full circle. I remember when House of X first started, I said this is literally the epitome of Black Wall Street. And you can't have Black Wall Street without what ultimately happens to Black Wall Street. What happened? That shit got fucking raised. Imagine that, like, that's literally the story of so many black people from that time frame. And then having to reintegrate with a world that, like, oh, now you got. I mean, that's literally what it. I mean, like, I'm here for it. I'm here for it.
I like what Black Phoenix just put in the chat. He said Krakoa was the wealthiest nation on Earth, but it folded in one day, and they don't have any offshore accounts or anything to rebuild. Sure.
Oh yeah, no, they got money because Charles had money.
Well, you know what? I wasn't even gonna go that route. I was gonna be like, yeah, they got that money, but I'm pretty sure Sebastian Shaw took it.
Well, oh yeah, no. Sebastian Shaw took it. Well, okay, so Xavier had money, Sebastian Shaw had money, Emma had money. Pretty sure Magneto had money. I would be surprised if Mystique didn't have a little nest egg somewhere. Just because of how she is. But yeah, it's one of those scenarios where. It's not to say that there probably couldn't, like, and who knows? Once again, we haven't even gotten there yet. So it's hard to say, like, and I apologize. There was no slander meant against Chicago. I love Chicago. I was trying to be funny, and it just so happened to be at Chicago's expense.
They probably used that money to buy that flag they planted in Alaska.
Probably. Well, they got a big ass fucking like industrial fucking complex in Alaska, so I imagine that is where the money went.
Or they had to get that X inscribed on Juggernaut's mask.
Anyway, Gabriel the Dark Knight says, "Happy Saturday, Ernie and Carter, working and catching the cave as usual, showing support. We appreciate you.
Thank you.
Thank you." And also, I'm not gonna let you get out of here without this one, but thank you also for that 1999 super chat. I appreciate it. Thank you.
Oh shit!
What was up?
Where did the 5 all end up? Where's Gold Balls?
They're in the white hot room right now.
Oh, so he's with them? I'm just like, damn. So everything that got relaunched, they finna send Gold Ball ass back to the Miles Morales book.
Hey, look, if you start seeing that motherfucker in Cody Ziegler shit, you know what time it is. You know precisely what time it is. That said, I don't have anything else for this. I mean, it kind of just is what it is after that. I'm excited for everybody that's involved.
It got my attention now, especially Jed McKay's stuff, since I know you praise his stuff anyway. I kind of fell off of the Moon Knight stuff. Not saying it was bad. It was just, I mean, you all know we talk about comics and shit on the regular. I've started reading other stuff just like Ernie does. So yeah, I will say like, yeah, I will say this,
but I took a break. I did take a break from
it. This X-Men book has gotten my attention. I don't know if you want to talk about something.
I'm excited for Ryan Stegman.
Yeah,
did you see what he said?
Yeah, I did. This is something, and plus he said it a lot in the KLC Press Discord. That when he first got into comics, drawing X-Men was the job that you wanted as an artist. Right. To have that opportunity now is mind-blowing. He got a little bit of a taste of it in the Uncanny Avengers that he was doing the art for, way back. But just to be on X-Men proper, and you're on the X book right now. Now, again, not taking anything away from the other books, but this is X-Men, and you are the guy that's going to be telling the stories along with Jed McKay. So I can't imagine like how great of a feeling that is. But I don't know if you want to get into another book that I'm hoping you are going to read now that there is a movie in the works for it.
Oh, well, I was going to say, well, first things first. Things first. Here, let's bring this up. I want to jump into this last Ronin. Then we'll jump into that. We'll I promise you. But yes, first things first is the TMNT. Which I will go ahead and say right now, this is going to be quick because it's not really a whole heap of lot to say. So for those that are wondering, is the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles The Last Ronin movie still happening? Yes, it is still happening. It is still a thing. It is not going anywhere. It is on the horizon. It is literally a thing that is being worked on as we speak. It is it is being put together, but some things have shifted, and it's because of some changes in housekeeping at Paramount. So for those that do not know, and you probably heard me bring up this name before in regards to the this is here's a throwback joke right here. Ray Smollett. Ray Smollett, a guy that that Ray Fisher had constantly had brought the name up of, and that is Walter Hamada.
Oh, okay. Thank God. I did not know where you were going with this.
Oh, you thought I was gonna say Jeff Johns or Joss Whedon?
No, I thought you were finna say that he was supposed to be voicing The Last Ronin. I was about to leave.
No, I hope not. I don't want to see Ray Fisher not nowhere near a Ninja Turtles movie. That sounds so terrible now I think about it. Like, it's not that I don't like the guy, just that I feel like that man just picks poor. He makes poor decisions in terms of picking roles. But who knows? I was hoping the Blood Axe thing was going to work out for him, but apparently it is not.
You were one of the main ones clowning it.
Yeah, I was, wasn't I? That's because I knew. I was like, dude, your name is Blood Axe. You sound like a character Rob Liefeld made. Like, no, stop. But no, here's the thing. So Walter Hamada, some of you may remember his name. He came up a lot because he was the president, I believe, of DC Films. Well, now he is the head of, or he has moved on to become one of the chief heads at Paramount. And as some of you may or may not recognize, Paramount is the company responsible for the TMNT franchise. So, like, this is kind of, it's not the biggest deal on earth, but it's just something I feel like it kind of needed to be put out there just because. So Walter Hamada is going to be that guy. He's going to be the guy that's overseeing all this stuff. I bring all this up because it's also been revealed within the same breath that the last Ronin film is going to be rated R. Now, I'm not going to lie to you. I'm a little skeptical about this rated R, and I'm going to tell you why. Okay. I'm skeptical. Wait, huh? Would you drag me in the call? No. Why would I do that? Why would I do that, Hungermonger?
What?
Nah, I saw someone that asked me to drag them into the call, and it's like, no. But anyway, moving on.
So why are you a little bit worried about this?
I'm a little bit worried because, well, for one, this rated R can mean a lot of things. And I think sometimes people and studios look at rated R as if it's some badge of honor that is going to legitimize your film. Case in point, I always bring up Deadpool 1 as my biggest critic of in regards to making a movie rated R, because that was the whole thing. They're like, oh, it's gonna be rated R, it's gonna be, and that was like the selling point. It was, oh, it's gonna be rated R, it's gonna be so great because it's rated R. And so many people say, oh, it was so fantastic because it was rated R. It's not to say that the movie would have been just as good if it was PG-13, but the problem is when studios do stuff like this, they usually go out of their way to ensure they get the rated R, and that doesn't always equate to giving the audience the thing that they're asking for. And I say this because it often winds up you just get a bunch of dick and fart jokes, a bunch of crude humor for no reason. Because here's the thing. You can actually get away with quite a bit of blood before hitting rated R. Nowadays, rated R isn't necessarily like the golden ticket that it used to be. Like, case in point, you're quicker to get a rated R for language than you are for violence a lot of the time. Like, if you say fuck more than once, then you are now in rated R territory. I think it only takes 2 fucks to get a rated R. Smoking has more of a bearing over your movie's rating than violence and blood and gore. Now, if you have a lot of violence and gore, sure, of course. But it doesn't necessarily mean that, like, it's like, because I see people say all the time, like, like, remember when Morbius was coming out? And people were like, oh, if they would have made the movie rated R, that would have made it better. No, it wouldn't have. Stop.
Yeah.
Stop lying to yourself. It's like rated R doesn't mean what a lot of people think it does. I've seen, and not only that, you can have a bad rated R movie. Trust me, I've seen a lot of them. So yeah, my worry is that I hope that they don't go so hard to trying to make it rated R that they put that rated R, or they put the effort of earning that rated R in the wrong places. Like, I'm not saying this movie shouldn't be. I'm saying I want it to be, but I want it to be done correctly.
So I'm actually rather hopeful with this one, just because with it being rated R and with me literally having that book right behind me on this shelf because I was going to reread it today anyway.
Yeah.
I'm more so, I'm going to do what you do sometimes, and it gets us both in trouble. I'm 100% certain that this rated R is going to be more so from a violent standpoint. Just because there is a lot of brutal stuff that happens in that book. And with him being a turtle and there being other mutants and things like that, it's more so some violence that could be perceived toward animals. So I really think that the R rating is going to be a lot more toward the violence. And I think there was some people smoking, and I know you could get an R rating for that. So that's what I'm thinking that R rating is going to lean more toward. Not nudity, not language. I don't think we're going to have a Titans fuck Batman kind of deal in this. I think this is just going to be a lot more brutal. We're going to see some
Actually, that's kind of what I think it is going to be.
Really?
Yeah, I think they are going to do something like that. Though, to be fair, that fuck Batman thing in context makes total sense. Like, in the trailer, it doesn't make sense. In Titans, if you actually watch the show, when Robin says fuck Batman, there's a reason why he says it. It doesn't have anything to do with Batman himself. He was saying fuck Batman because the villains, the henchmen he was beating up, they dismissed him because Batman wasn't there.
Gotcha.
But yeah, I get where you come from. The energy of it. But that's what that's what I am worried about, though.
Yeah.
That is what I'm like. Okay, so case point, because I wanted to make sure this was here. A rated R motion picture in the view of the board, and the board they're talking about is the Motion Picture Association of America, contains some adult material. That film may include adult themes, adult activity, hard language, intense or persistent violence, sexually oriented nudity, drug abuse, or other elements. I want to make sure we understand something. That violence is way down on the list. And the reason why is because it actually takes more. Or rather, let me put it this way. It takes less language to get a rated R than it takes violence to get a rated R. So yeah, that's why we say, that's why when people say, oh, it's going to be a hard R, like, when they say, they're going to do like a rated R movie, that's why they say that, because a lot of times they're just bumping up the language. That's what happens a lot. Like Deadpool, there were so many random uses of curse words in random ways to justify getting that rating. Because truth be told, from a gore perspective or like violence perspective, Deadpool 1, I mean, it was violent, but that was the least of that movie's problems. Like in terms of like why it needed to be rated R. So I'm hoping that they don't go that route. I'm hoping that they go like a John Wick route, if that makes any sense.
Okay.
Yeah. Like go John Wick or like the Raid Barandal or whatever. Like do that. Don't try, like, because when people say, we're going to go for the hard R, what they mean is they're going to do what Deadpool did. And I don't like that. I don't like that at all. But anyway, it'll be fine. It'll be fine.
Yeah, I think it'll be fine because that's a lot of money right there. If they can get this first one off correctly, you got a lot of money there because now you have both demographics. You got the kids with the Nickelodeon TMNT stuff, and then you have the adults whenever you choose to. You know that's going to be a guaranteed way to print money. So that's why I'm leaning more to. I think this one. I think it won't be as dumb as we think it could go.
Yeah. Yeah.
What do you think?
No. So I was talking about Deadpool, right? You know what I'm actually expecting to happen now? Do you remember? Did you go see Deadpool in theaters?
Second one, not the first one.
Okay. So when I went to go see the first Deadpool in theaters, I can't tell you how many people I saw bring their kids to it. Because they're like, oh, it's a Marvel movie.
I saw that with the second one. Yeah.
They did it with the second. They actually, I saw more at the second one.
Yeah. I saw a lot of kids in the second one.
Which, to be fair, the second one I think is actually okay. I don't think the second one's like the first one. I'm like, man, this is like, it's like just dumb. But like the second one, I'm like, yeah, this is fine. It's actually not as bad as the first one to me in terms of like being appropriate for a small child. But no, I have a feeling that's what's going to happen with this movie because people aren't going to be looking at The Last Ronin. They're going to be seeing Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, and they're going to bring their kids to go see it. And you're going to get those angry ass fucking moms and dads and grandmas and grandpas. Why are you bringing in this Teenage Mutant Ninja? This is supposed to be for kids. Get the fuck out of here. You saw the rating.
Those are the same goobers that we have talked about ad nauseum so many times when we worked at GameStop. When we telling you everything that's in this Grand Theft Auto game, everything that's in this God of War game.
Oh yeah,
man, that's what he wants. They like Ninja Turtles and they like comic books.
Yeah,
and then you're mad when you're walking in there. So yeah, that won't surprise me. That won't surprise me.
Also, thank you, Rough Rider, for those 100 biddies and. Let's see here. We got another one here. I am Gregor D. Thank you for that. Thank you for that follow over there on the Twitch side. We appreciate you, pimp.
Yeah.
Much appreciated. Much appreciado. Also, shout out to the homie. Where'd it go? I was just looking at it. It went away. Man, I hate it here. It actually, you know what? To be fair, I think it actually went away. Or no, there it is. Or wait, nope. No, the lies I tell. The lies I have told. But no. So we got one here. This is Left Face TV, the homie Robo right here with the 8 months in the diamond mine. Says 250th. Congrats. That's dope. Here's the 250 more. Dude, we get to Blerd Cave 500. I'm a holler. Okay? I'm a holler. We get to Blerd Cave 2 or not 250, but like 500. Good Lord, I will have questions about so many things. Let's move on to our next though. Here. Also, let me take a moment to do something here. Let's pay some bills. So I know that sometimes y'all ask me this, and I want to make sure that I put this out here for anyone who is curious. I know a lot of people want to get into content creation. And if you want to get into content creation, it's actually a pretty good time to do so because it's so much easier to do it now versus when I was doing it starting out. I'd imagine if you asked Rob from Comics Explained, he would probably tell you it was even harder. So that said, if you are in the market to become a content creator and you're looking to get some gear or you're looking to upgrade some gear that you already have, I have an actual, I won't want to say the word partnership because I'm not an Elgato partner. I'm a Elgato ambassador. But I have a link in the description for this video. If you click that link to Elgato and you use the promo code ZZZZ dash Blerd Without Fear, you'll see it down in there. It's not a lot, but it'll give you 5% off of any Elgato products. It does not work on services, but it will give you a percentage off on actual products. So like capture cards, lights, and things of that nature. All shit that I use. That said, we can get into the next thing now. Here, let's do 8 billion genies. Take it away, Carter.
8 Billion Genies is a comic from the boy Charles Soule. A lot of you, if you are, for whatever reason, fans of the Inhumans, a lot of you all really enjoyed his Daredevil. I know even more of you that enjoyed his She-Hulk. He had an image book. 8 Billion Genies. It went a solid 8 issues, and it was literally exactly what the title of the book is. Randomly, one day, all 8 billion people on planet Earth just got a genie out of nowhere, and they were all able to grant one wish. I'm not going to even describe to you what that image is that Ernie is showing y'all, but
just go with it. Just go with it.
yeah, just go with the vibes. It was literally that everybody on the planet got a genie, and they got one wish only, and then several things ensued. So a lot of people, if you did not know, 8 billion genies was actually going to Amazon, right? And it's now been more of a concrete thing, because now we know that 8 billion genies is going to be going over to Amazon. Some people assumed there was going to be another show that they could add to the stable with the boys and Gen V and everything like that. But this is actually going to be a film, and this is going to be a film from Seth Rogen and Point Grey. For whatever reason, Seth Rogen is loving just grabbing every comic book property he can and trying to turn it into something. And it's all this film now that's going to be under Seth Rogen, excuse me, is going to have Spider-Verse Oscar winner Rodney Rothman adapting it. Okay. So there's a lot to be excited for about this. If you all don't know who Rodney Rothman is, that was one of the individuals that actually co-directed Into the Spider-Verse. So be a little bit excited about that, just because he knows what he's doing when he's dabbling into these comic books. And for me, I'm happy that it's getting adapted. I'm cool with that, because that was a really dope story. I will say I was more surprised that it's turning into a film, because I feel like you could have gotten some seasons out of this, because the way that the comic does it, because everything is having to do with 8. You got the first 8 minutes that everyone had their genies, and then it's the first 8 hours, and then it's the first 8 weeks, 8 months, 8 years, 8 decades. So that's how every issue does it. It's skipping ahead every couple of years, and then we're going into centuries, and then we're going into decades. So I feel like just off of that premise, you could have gotten several seasons of a TV show, because there are multiple characters in these 8 issues that we're dealing with. It's not just one person. You're seeing how this group is handling the wish. You're seeing how this group is handling the wish. You're seeing how this child is handling the wish. You're seeing how this family is handling the wish, while also seeing how the entire planet is handling it. So I don't know for sure if a movie can get all of that story that Charles Soule put in 8 issues. But I will say, with Rodney Rothman and Jeff Snyder directing this, and with how beautiful that Into the Spider-Verse was, I don't know how they're going to pull it off, but it's going to look good. It's going to look real good.
Yeah.
I will say that.
Yeah. I hope that they don't do to 8 billion. Well, you know what? It probably is better they go with a movie, because I really don't like what they did to Paper Girls in terms of how they treated it. Like that, they didn't give Paper Girls the budget it needed. Because they really, which is weird considering that Paper Girls should not have cost them that much money. But yeah, I hope that they do better by 8 billion genies than they did Paper Girls.
Gotcha. And I see Bird Nerd in the chat is saying that he never read, but maybe it'll be a 2-part movie. A show would be too short for an 8-parter. And again, what I'm trying to get across without spoiling is it's like I said previously, it went into different time frames. It was 8 days, 8 weeks, 8 months, 8 years, 8 decades. So you could stretch a show out for all that, so that we could see all these different characters. Especially because in some of the later issues, these genies are going off of whatever you're wishing. So if Ernie was to wish to not use that CPAP machine anymore. That's it. That's it. Now, if his daughter wanted to wish that everybody in the world was made of fucking chocolate, then everybody in the world made of fucking chocolate. You know, if Ernie's wife wanted to wish that everybody was living good, well, since that's all you said, everybody's just going to be living good. So
right.
There were a lot of people that are going to be a lot more technical and a lot more wordy with how they do their wishes and shenanigans. And because the one thing I want to get across to you all is this is not just a comedy, because when you hear 8 billion people got one wish, your mind is going to go toward hilarity ensues. It ain't just that at all. It's a lot more serious. It's a lot more violent. It's a lot more, how would you work in that? How would you think in that position? Like, Ernie, if you knew you, your wife, your daughter got a wish each, would you really let your daughter at the age she's at right now use that wish?
No.
Not saying
and crazy.
Okay, so that's something that happens in the comic to where, okay, what if you not in the room with your baby and you're not going to be quick enough to run out there to the living room to grab her before that wish come out, and now whatever happens. So that's what I'm trying to
imagine if you just say like even if you're not talking to the genie, I'm sure it comes out. So yeah.
No. So you have to call for the genie. And then you have to tell the genie what you're wanting to wish. And they will interpret it a certain way, or if they know that somebody else's wish could conflict with your wish, they can tweak it.
More what I meant was this like not being careful with what you say. Like that's kind of because that's how I know my daughter. This world would be fucked. But that said, also real quick, I want to give a shout out because we also got some here on the Twitch side. I'm Gregor D actually hooked up 5 people, gifted 5 subs. I didn't notice this earlier, but also subbed for 3 months in advance. I want to make sure we put some respect.
Good shit, brother. Good shit. And I see Left Face in the chat saying, "Can you say the limitations without spoilers?" The limitations on the wishes. It's more dependent on the genies, because if your wish is going to interfere with something else that somebody else did, like let's say, I can say this because this was a very quick one that was in the book. You had all the world superpowers, like the president of here. You had the Kim Jongs and wherever they are, and then you had other places. They all wished that they were the most dominant superpower.
Right.
And because they all wished that they were the most dominant superpower, the way that the genies looked at it, just to make sure that nothing chaotic would happen, they let all of those wishes happen at the exact same time so that they canceled each other out.
Yeah.
So it's some stuff like that, man. That cover, that image, I can actually tell you about that one now, but since we're talking about it, that image you previously showed. That image you previously you pulled up there with the brother in the back right in there, he wished to be a vampire. For whatever fucking reason. He just wanted to be a vampire. You know, I guess he saw an interview with the vampire and said, I want that. So when they hear something like that, they'll do it, and just whatever happens. But that's really all of the tiny bit of spoilers I would give you all about it. Again, it's only 8 issues, so I would absolutely recommend that you all read it. I think it is a really well done book. The movie, I'm really interested in seeing where this is going, just because all the comic book adaptations that Seth Rogen has done, I really haven't seen a miss. The only miss I could see that people would say was a miss is maybe Preacher, maybe. And I enjoyed Preacher.
I'd give you Preacher. Well, yeah, the thing about Preacher though is I actually like the show, but I get why people didn't like it. Like, it's kind of like how I get why people who are fans of the Preacher comic don't like it. I get why people who don't like the Preacher comic or never read the Preacher comic like the show.
Yeah.
Because it was good. It was entertaining.
Yeah. I see. Okay. This is the last one I'll do, and then we'll just move on here because I see people in chat saying, and no resurrect. I see Left Face saying, and no resurrecting people from the dead. Untrue. You can bring someone back from the dead, and that person will be alive as long as you are. And I'll let you think what you will with that.
It's like it's all tied to you. We got Jay Keno with the $5 says, I'm a Miss Crow. I don't know if these books will hold my interest, but I'm willing to try. I mean, that's all you can really do. I mean, and also that's a very mature adult way to look at it, because that's how I'm looking at it. I am very much a person who's a firm believer in I can't hate it till I try it, or I won't know if. I mean, you could generally have a rough idea if you're not going to like something, but I'll be brutally honest. I'm pretty sure that people who give whatever it is they do next a chance, I think there'll probably be more hits than misses. And I mean, truth be told, I'm kind of ready for Krakoa to go away, because the quality of storytelling has dramatically gone off a cliff just in the last couple of months. And like, I've tried to be like positive about it, but I mean, if y'all have seen any of my videos, you probably knows I have brought it up a couple of times at the very least, that like, I feel like they're just kind of rushing. That it is literally like, all right, let's hurry up, get this shit over with. Like that's basically what it is. And you know, it almost seems workmanlike at this point, and I would rather that not be the case. John Battle with 35 months. God,
big
damn.
battle.
And in the gold mine says, cheers to you guys on hitting 250 shows. Let's see, in my Wolf of Wall Street impression, I am happy to have found the cave when I did. Keep it up, fellas, and we appreciate you. Thank you for that.
Thank you.
Like I said, we appreciate all that, man. All that love, that is like just to the heart right here. But yeah, man, we got, let's see, I think we have, do we have anything else we're getting to? There it is. Yep.
Yes.
Booyah. Go loser ranger. Okay, so look, by this point, I've gotten to volume 9. I got to go pick up 10 when it comes out.
Real quick question before you start.
Yes, go ahead.
Do you still have to read those the opposite way?
Yes.
Okay.
As a matter of fact, yeah, if you open it the normal way, you get a huge ass fucking spoiler.
Okay.
You have eliminated the reason for reading that goddamn manga is what you've done. But you know what I love? Speaking of, I find this so interesting. So this Ghost in the Shell hardcover that I have reads the same way.
No way.
Yeah, it does. Reads the same way. Reads like you this is how you read it. But I'm not gonna lie, I actually kind of like it, because you know what? I have the entire Blade of the Immortal set, and it does not read that way. It reads left to right.
Why did that make my skin crawl? That is nasty.
Oh, dude, check this out. So funny story. I forgot to explain to my wife who she is now reading Demon Slayer.
Okay.
Because we reached as much as you can watch right now until they drop the next season, and she wanted to read. She was like, you know what? I think I finally want to read it. And then she told me after she read, I was like, so I said, you know what? I said, I kind of feel like an asshole because I forgot to tell you that it reads right to left. She was like, no, I knew it read right to left. But she said, I'm going to tell you what I wish you would have told me. She's like, I wish you would have told me that it reads right to left, not just by how you turn the pages, but also the direction that you actually read the story. Because she didn't know that. Like, she was reading it, like she was turning, man. Like she had the book turned the right way. She was turning the pages the correct direction, but she was not reading the speech bubbles in the right. She was like, she said it took me a few pages, and I realized, like, oh, now this all makes so much more sense. I was like, because she doesn't, you know, that like that's her first like manga she's ever read. So yeah, I thought that was cool. But yeah, Go Loser Ranger. It has happened. It's a thing. We got the first episode behind us. The next episode comes out this Sunday. It is on Hulu here in the States. I believe it is on Disney Plus everywhere else. Which is just wild to me.
Okay.
Yeah.
Random.
Right? Yeah. Well, because I thought it was weird too when I was first finding out that they were doing this as a thing. And I was like, oh, that's kind of crazy that they're putting Go Loser Ranger on Disney Plus. And then when I went and did a little more, deeper digging, of course, obviously, I was like, oh no, only everywhere else. Like here, it's gonna be, where it would make the most sense.
I thought it was gonna be on the Crunchyroll or something like that.
I did too. Well, okay, so that is where Kaiju number 8 is. Kaiju number 8 is on Crunchyroll.
Gotcha.
Out there with solo leveling and all that.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I thoroughly enjoyed myself with this episode. It is I will say this show knows precisely what the fuck it is, and I love it. Like, it knows the premise is silly, it knows that the character is kind of a doofus, and it leans in. Like, matter of fact, there's some things that are done in the manga that almost make me feel like it's like, what if, I mean, not to say like, exactly in terms of personality, but just like in terms of fourth wall breaking, it does have some moments that remind me of something you would see like in a sensational She-Hulk or a Deadpool comic. Like there's a part where they're introducing the characters and like they have the big names up with the characters and the dude's like, oh, get that shit out of my way. Yeah. Yeah, it's cute stuff like that. But like the characters, as we are, being introduced to them, like the Red Dragon Keeper, or Dragon Keeper Red, or Red Ranger, whatever you want to call him. Yeah, dude, it just, you can already tell off rip that these dudes are whole ass problems.
You could tell just off of how some of them look. Like I think that was the green one with this like evil villain shit-eating grin on his face. Like you can tell like these people are that one, yeah. Him and that yellow one. Yeah. Him and that yellow one for sure.
Oh yeah. Blue ain't any better. Blue ain't the thing is, they're all bad. They're all bad. I could make a case for maybe like one of them, but like they're all, for the most part, they're
that Yellow Ranger for sure. You can tell like,
oh yeah,
like he waits till a woman goes to the bathroom at dinner and he smells her chair. You can tell he that kind of weird. You can tell
he nasty.
He be smelling seat. You can tell that dude's a fucking weirdo.
Also, what I really love about this too is just like, because I mean, for the most part, the story is fairly serious, but it does have moments of like levity where like silly stuff will happen that like almost kind of is
that
like,
part had me laugh a little bit. Like they, bro, how the fuck we supposed to think of something new every week? Like, that's how had me tripping.
I mean, and it's crazy too because like they come up with some pretty gnarly ass shit. But like, I know somebody was laughing about this in the comments on a Reddit post somewhere. But somebody was talking about how like, because the creature they ultimately creating, and he turns into a truck, and they're like, dude, they put Truck-kun in the anime. For everybody that knows about isekais and how trucks usually start those things off, it's usually a truck that's responsible. But I like it because like the energy, it's the energy of the show. Like I talked about this before, but like dude's like, nah, man, fuck all that shit. He's like, that's cool and all, y'all wanna fight and all this other stuff, but he's like, look, man, like I've had enough. He's like, I'm done. I'm out the game. And the first episode does a great job of basically giving you what is effectively the first chapter. The very first issue of Go Loser Ranger is that first episode. In a nutshell. Even down to like Fighter D's personality, like his the way that he deals with stuff. Even some of the characters that we're briefly introduced to, like Sakurama and Oh my god, why am I blanking on this heifer's name? But anyway, not important at this point.
Real quick, because you've read the comic.
Yes.
These two, the guy that they're talking to that was just so unbothered, is he the putty that was out there with them?
Yep. That's
okay,
Fighter,
that's him. Okay.
Yeah, that's Fighter D. That's Fighter D.
Okay. That's him. All right.
But I will say this, and this might be a barrier for entry for some people. Don't get too attached to that face.
Oh, wow.
But I did appreciate how they did this though, because this is a shot from the first issue of the manga.
Gotcha.
And it's done very, like, I guess technically it's kind of done in the same way, but they found a way to do it and make it make sense. Because in the manga, it kind of looked like he was just imagining them, but apparently he was looking at a billboard. So there you go.
Okay.
But yeah, like I said, I liked it. I liked it a lot. First episode was fantastic. It did everything it needed to do. Also, I don't know if they're gonna do this for every episode, but I really appreciated how they showed in the outro the animatics, like how they animated the show.
That's
like
dope.
it's actually really cool. Like they show you basically they do this deal where they'll show you the initial image that they drew, like that's unfinished. It's not perfect by any stretch, and then they show you the next step and then the next step, and they show you like how the animation came together for a lot of the scenes in the show. And I was like, dude, that's actually really fucking cool. I was like, it's not to say that other people haven't done shit like that before, but I thought it was really cool.
It reminds me of like when those deluxe books of like comics or something will have the sketches and stuff that they've made of the characters in the back. That's what that reminds me of. That's pretty dope. That's dope.
Also, it's not a spoiler that he doesn't keep the face. If it wasn't obvious when you watch the show, he's a shapeshifter, so he's not always going to.
Oh, I didn't know that. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, so basically,
wait. So that's not his real form. The putty is his real form.
Yeah. This is his real face. That's his real face.
Okay.
Yeah, that's that is what they always look like. Like when he looks like that, that is him looking like his normal self.
When they were on, when you showed that image of them on the board trying to figure out what the next monster was, and then they hear on the radio what's going on, that's where I let this scene and stuff. This is where I left off before I cut on X-Men 97.
Gotcha. Yeah. So yeah, they all look like that. All of the dusters or fighters, they actually go by either name. But but yeah, like it doesn't matter which one, the only thing that might change is like the shape of their body. Like some might be more rotund or skinny than another one. But yeah, I like it. I love it. It's fantastic. Obviously, I love it a lot. I'm on volume 9 of this shit, like eagerly awaiting the 10th one to come in the mail at some point. So yeah, I'm here for it. It's a fantastic story. It is not going to go the way you probably think it will, and on top of being just a good, clean, fun show or story rather. I can't say show yet, or just in terms of only seeing the one episode, but just the way that the characters evolve, how there are some characters who are for lack of a better way to put it, they are probably what you would expect, and maybe even some characters who are on either side that might surprise you in the way that they operate, the way they function. And Fighter D is just great because he's a fucking idiot. He's a well, I say that because like so you know how, did you watch Chainsaw Man?
Yes.
Okay. So you know how sometimes Denji can be a bit of an idiot? Dude? Yeah. Okay. Not so much in terms of like how, like he's not quite as goofy as Denji. He has moments where he shows he's like, he's got some sense, but just like he does have some moments like that where you're just like, man, bless this dude's heart. But yeah, I don't know if they'll ever do anything live action with it, because honestly, you could, but I think at this point, I think last I checked, they got like 120, 130 chapters I think by the time you get to let's see, volume 9 ends at chapter 82. So, and they do 10 chapters a book. So we're kind of slick, almost caught up to where they are at this point. But yeah, you could do a live action, but I mean, I feel like that's one of those, I wouldn't need it. I mean, because if you try to do a movie, you're gonna have to do it like, you have to scrunch all that shit down into one thing. And I'm gonna be honest with you, I don't know how many live action anime movies you've watched that have come out of Japan. They're usually bad. Japan hasn't quite figured out how to make live action anime adaptations with regularity, whether it's in TV or movie format. Like if they make one, it's the exception, not the rule. But it depends on what it is. Like this is what I would tell people: if you want to see something like this but in live action, just watch Super Sentai or watch Kamen Rider. You're way better off. I prefer, by and large, I prefer Super Sentai and Kamen Rider over anime as a whole.
Yeah.
But just because there's something about people pulling off the things they're doing in live action that I find special. Because nowadays, the only thing that's different is the way they're made. So yeah. Oh no, even Saban's. Well, here's the thing, not even Saban style. Because here's the thing, if you're talking about Saban, then basically all they did was just borrow. Like they did, like, I mean, yeah, if you're talking about like more, like somewhat more recent, like more like in the last 10 or 15 years, sure. But like all they were doing was just using overdubs of Japanese footage. So I mean, that's just cheating in and of itself. But yeah, that one. Yeah. Well, here's another thing you got to think about. One Piece was not made in Japan. Yu Yu Hakusho was. One Piece was made by Netflix. Like that was actually done by them. Yu Yu Hakusho was something that someone else had already made that they just took. Like they just got the license for it. So that's where I think some people kind of get the misconception. I'm talking about actual made in Japan or originally, like case in point, the Full Metal Alchemist movies, the live action ones, they're on Netflix, but they're not made by Netflix. They're made in Japan. And then Netflix just says, hey, can we borrow that? Yeah, so there you go. Anyway, moving on. I will say, for my recommended this week, I will just go ahead and say, if you have not done so, go check out Go Go Loser Ranger. I will also say, if you have not done so already, and you're looking for something else to watch, because once again, it's only the one episode of the show, I will also say, go and watch Kaiju number 8. Kaiju number 8 came out earlier, as I mentioned. Great show, great story, fantastic. First episode's off to a great start. If you want to know a little bit about what this show is about, the best way to put it is it's about a guy named Kafka who tried to be a part of a kaiju kill squad, and he failed. So guess what he gets to do now? His job is now that he's on the kaiju cleanup crew. And basically he goes in and he cleans up after all the big kaiju battles and the kaiju kill squad, or that's not what they're called, but you know what I mean. The people who actually their job is to kill kaiju, they go out and they take down the monsters. Well, he is a part of the team that goes in behind them and he cleans up the stuff.
Come on. Wait, so this anime damage control?
Basically, yeah, basically. And dude is a fucking goofball.
Wow.
Yeah, dude is a fucking goofball. But I love him to death. He's great. He's like God's favorite idiot. But I will say this, and this is the one thing this is the one caveat that I will put on Kaiju number 8. This is the one caveat I'll put on it, and I do feel it bears saying. Kaiju number 8 is one of those shows where, or rather, it's one of those. It's going to be one of those anime and manga, especially because it's come out like both the manga and the anime of Go-Go Loser Ranger and Kaiju number 8 came out about around roughly the same time. And now the animes are out now, and they're going to be running at the same time. One thing you will notice is in terms of trajectory, they do move in some of the same directions. Like as far as like story and narrative, they don't have the same story. They're completely different. But there are a couple of things that happen early on that you'd be like, oh, they're kind of doing something similar like this in Go-Go Loser Ranger. Or, hey, they're doing something kind of similar like this in Kaiju number 8. And it's like, well, that's why. Okay. It's kind of the way I feel about Chainsaw Man and Jujutsu Kaisen. There's some elements of Chainsaw Man that pop up in Jujutsu Kaisen. There's some elements of Jujutsu Kaisen that show up in Chainsaw Man. There's even some character arcs that are eerily similar. But yeah, neither here nor there. Yeah, the Kaiju Defense Force. Thank you. I will say, Rurouni Kenshin, the live action movies, those are also the bug, not the feature. Those are the bug, not the feature. Those movies are an anomaly because, like I said, by and large, as a guy who's been watching live action anime movies out of Japan for a long time, they're usually trash. Just watch that anime pimp. Just go ahead and watch them 800 episodes of the anime and be sassified. Let's jump into some super chats because I know we got some. Let's see here. Let's go. There. Okay. Let me scroll back a little bit because I know there's some that I missed. We got Dark Inside 06. Actually, Dark Insides 06. Ooh, man. Go get that checked out. It says, y'all are hilarious. Y'all get me through my late shift to my second job. Hey, we appreciate you and we're glad to help.
And that's his first super chat.
That is actually. I just saw that. Yeah, dude, out here. Love to see it, man. Love to see it. We have also got Levester the Samurai. These are actually, but I'm not gonna hurt Carter. I'm not gonna hurt Carter like this. Actually, no, I am gonna hurt Carter. Fuck it. 1999 super chat. And then we also got Levester the Samurai. Also, with the super chat says that last issue of Resurrection of Magneto was putting me to sleep. But in the book Defense, I was tired and half intoxicated when I was reading it. Go figure. Enjoy your weekend, fellas. I mean, it was not the best. It was not the best thing in the world.
That gravity squeeze he did on them Orcish dudes had me dying.
You know what it was? The best parts of the book for me were at the beginning. And that was like, yeah, that earlier parts of the book, like up to that point. Once he got out, I was like, okay, cool. But yeah, the fact that he folded all those folks up, like he folded the armor, the boots, the pants, the shirt, everything with them in it.
But just here they just got folded like that is
and they were done. It was done. It was done. It was done. Anyway, we got this one here. Thank you for that 1999 super chat. We appreciate you. Thank you. Let's get into our questions from the Discord. I don't know why I paused there. Let's see here. We have got, I know we got some, so let's take a look. Let's take a look. Wait. What did I miss? Did we not get one from
That was it.
No, I was informed of another one. I don't know where it is. Oh, got you. Okay, I know I know what Robo's talking about now. So last week I didn't bring this up. Maybe I did. No, I didn't bring it up. When we did Nerds of Culture this past Thursday, which by the way, if you've not checked that out, you should totally go do that. But we actually got and this is why I tell you, Carter, this is what I always tell you. You never know. You never fucking know who is watching. We got a super chat from someone very special. And I knew it at the time, but I didn't really draw attention to it at the time because I was still processing it at when it happened. But we got a super chat from the founder and CEO of Dynamite Comics. Thursday.
Oh shit.
Yeah. Nick Barucci. I knew who it was, but just it took me a while to like after I had pointed it out, it took me a while to process it. That's why I always say, you never know who the fuck is watching. You never fucking know. So yeah, always yeah. He said what smoking, what can always be on your best behavior because you never know. You might talk your way out of some shit, but not in the way you wanna. But no. So there was that. Also, and here we go. Bam. Got him pulled up. Questions for the Blerd Cave. We got one here from Qdoma.
Yep.
Let's see. Says, hello, Blerd and Carter. Wishing you both the best in all things in this unpredictable universe. You goddamn right. I have taken great interest in the Marvel character Madeline Pryor. My question is, what's the strongest version of her? Well, personally, I feel like the strongest version of her we saw in the Jean Grey series that recently wrapped up. That was a Madeline Pryor who gained the power of the Phoenix Force. Excusez-moi. And she was a whole problem. Though, like all characters that are whole problems, sometimes they can be talked down. And that's kind of what happened there. Let me talk you off this ledge, because clearly you are with the shits. We have also got, this is from Urban Prince of Strong Style.
Yep. It says, good afternoon, Ernie and Carter. I got a question. Which faction in Fallout, which faction in Fallout would be considered the MAGA crowd if they were set in the Fallout universe? The Enclave or the Brotherhood? That is all, and have a blessed Saturday. Now, you know a lot about Fallout than I do because I played New Vegas on 360 when it came out. That was ages ago. Didn't even beat it. I am enjoying the show though. I'm really
great.
enjoying the show. I fucking hate that Maximus dude, and he's actually with the Brotherhood, but I'm really enjoying that show. Who'd be the Magas?
It'd be the Brotherhood.
Really?
It would be the Brotherhood.
Okay.
Well, so here's the thing with the Enclave. I think of the Enclave as more of like just the elites. The Brotherhood, I say that because, okay, so you know how when we were playing Warhammer 40K, we were talking about the lore? Yeah. Not playing the miniature games, obviously. We were playing like the video, like we were playing like Dark Tide and shit. Remember, like we would talk about how like messed up the Space Marines are? Like how like, that's kind of how I view the Brotherhood. I feel like they're the group that while sometimes they might be the protagonists or they might be painted as the heroes, they're not really the heroes. Not the way that like, they think they're the heroes.
Got you.
Like if Fallout were real, you'd have seen a lot of T-60 power armor at January 6th. Let's go ahead. Please believe that. Please believe that. Also, you just reminded me, ElieX1 brought it up in the chat. I actually need to go see Civil War later. Or actually, I might have to go tomorrow. It was my mother's birthday yesterday, so I'm gonna take her to go see Abigail because she loves vampire movies. So, and Abigail is a vampire movie, so we're gonna probably go do that at some point if she.
I didn't even know about that movie up until recently, and then I heard the premise of it, and that premise sounded hilarious because I'm they finna keep that shit, bro.
No. Soon as old girl sat down, I was like, oh no, that's about to pop off. I said, oh, it's about to pop off. Yeah. But yeah, like Left Face said, 100% Brotherhood, the militaristic, ultra nationalist, fascist nature of them. Yeah, that's like
just that makes me even more happy that I don't like the Maximus boy. Like, that makes me more happy I don't like him. Like, I do not like that dude. In these 3 episodes, I have been able to absorb.
Okay, so 3?
Really,
yeah.
Yeah.
You might change your opinion.
I really hope that boy catches it. I really do.
You might change your opinion on him. I don't know. Well, I'm not saying you will, but I'll tell you this much. Walton Goggins is always top dog. So yeah. What else we got?
All right, we got another one here from Trap God Thanos saying, "Good evening, Blerd and Carter. I'm not playing no games today. People are about to start getting cussed out if these fucking likes don't start to go up." Anyway, now that each series so far has at least 2 issues, how would you rank the new Ultimate books? For me, it's Ultimate Black Panther, Ultimate X-Men, and Ultimate Spider-Man. Oh, wow. I think all the books are good, but Ultimate Spider-Man has been disappointing to me so far. It just seems too safe and like I'm being pandered to. It's like if Here, Damn, With Y'all Big and Ass was a book.
Yeah, goddamn.
You know who's not getting pandered to right now? Cyclops. Trish was not leaving until she was holding that baby. Wow, that boy said, "Here, damn, with y'all big and ass" was a book. Is Ultimate Spider-Man. That is green as hell.
You know what? I'm not gonna lie. I kind of feel the same way because that first issue of Ultimate Spider-Man was really good. But I don't really give a shit about none of them issues that it came after. Like,
really?
No, not really. Nah. I have enjoyed Black Panther. Actually, I'm gonna tell you. So here's mine. Mine's Ultimate X-Men, Ultimate Black Panther, Ultimate Spider-Man. That's kind of where I'm at right now. Because Ultimate X-Men is at least trying to do something different. Yes. And I feel like Ultimate Spider-Man just going back to the well. I mean, they're doing it in a remix style, but like Ultimate Black Panther is literally just MCU T'Challa. Like, just straight up. Just like, okay. It's just the MCU. It's just the MCU. Like, unless, I don't know, I might feel differently after the 3rd issue comes out, but yeah. That's kind of where I'm at on that one.
Okay.
We got one more here.
JWR 2.0. Hi, Blerd and Carter. Hope y'all are doing well. Congratulations on reaching 250 of the Blerd Cave. Also, 5 years since I started watching your channel, Ernie. I'm still recovering from X-Men 97 episode 5, but I'm curious. What are your thoughts on the show overall now that we're halfway through the season?
Fantastic. This is the, like, okay, so, you know how we talk about gold standards? Like when something comes out and it just sets a standard, sets a bar to a point where it's like, okay, we never go below this ever again. Okay. I kind of felt that way about the original X-Men anime series. Okay, we got X-Men. Okay, this where we at. You can't go, you got to at least meet this if you're gonna do this again. And like I kind of felt like when they came out with Wolverine and the X-Men, I was like, okay, y'all were about right there. Y'all about like it was right there. But the public didn't want to give you the like now folks are trying to give Wolverine the X-Men his flowers. But you know now, but like when it was originally out, wasn't nobody checking for it.
Which pissed me off because that shit was fire when it was
good.
I hated it got canceled.
Oh yeah, no, the show was fantastic. But you know, once again, it just goes to show, like, that's and that's what I mean when I say the bar. So, like, you brought me X-Men, the animated series, then you brought me Wolverine and the X-Men. I don't have the same nostalgia for X-Men Evolution, but I feel like for the people who loved it, it was at the bar, at least. You know, at bare minimum. I feel like X-Men 97 is the new bar. Like, they said, nah. We're not just going to meet expectation. We're going to surpass. And I said it earlier, and I'm going to say it again. Kevin Feige, I don't know who you got writing your X-Men, but you might want to tell them to watch this because this is how you do it. They literally handed you the blueprint. X-Men 97 is the blueprint. But that said, Carter, what do you think? What do you think about 97 up to this point?
I'm enjoying them. I will say that some of the animation is still taking a tiny bit to get used to with certain shots and images, but other than that, I'm enjoying it.
That episode of Invincible hits different now, don't it?
Well, no, I wasn't even thinking about Invincible. I was gonna make a comment that I still can't look at Magneto because of you. But other than that, yeah, it's been solid so far.
Yeah.
It's really been solid. I will say some of the drama it's not hitting for me just because it's to me is one-sided. Like I don't see why anybody would be on Jean's side after that previous episode. I don't see why somebody would be on Rogue's side in that episode because it seems very it seems like a miss, but other than that, I mean, it's still good drama. So yeah, I'm enjoying it so far.
Yeah. Well, and the thing is, X-Men's a fucking soap opera.
Yeah.
That's something you can like I think I said it before when I was talking about when I tried to explain the whole Madeline Pryor situation to Cynthia. And she was like, this sounds like a fucking soap opera. And I was like, yeah, it kind of was. And sometimes it hits. And I feel like some of the changes they made kind of take away from some of that because I feel like they laundered Cyclops a little too good by making it so that he's not a shitty dad and a shitty husband. So now Jean is the bad guy in all this. Like Jean is the one that you probably feel the least sympathy for because, well, yes, she's having to return to a life that is no longer her own. At the same time, what's the first thing that she starts doing when we see her back? She locking lips on Wolverine. And it's like, meanwhile, Cyclops getting all the looks. Cyclops out here.
He didn't even close his eyes when Jean kissed him. You know that's what these cartoons and movies should be doing. Wolverine didn't even close his eyes, bro.
Oh no, he did not. No, look, matter of fact, wait. Look, let me tell you something. Right here, that motherfucker had eyes wide open. Look, she putting all her Omega level powers behind that kiss, and he just like, look. You know what he did? He looked like the way Wolverine is looking right now when he kissed her. It looked like she kissed him, but she ain't brush her teeth that morning, so her breath stinks. He like, oh damn.
Let's get these questions from the chat. No, he didn't put Howard Posts in the conversation.
My bad. You know me, man. You know me. Here, let's get some shout. Well, here, first and foremost, I want to give a shout out to Paris Yule who hooked us up with the 5. Those five Blerd Club memberships out here. You know how we do. And yeah, dude, love it. Fucking love to see it, man. Love to see it. Y'all are out here. Let's see here. Let's get into our questions from the chat. I'm gonna scroll back just a little bit because I saw some questions pop in a little early, so I want to make sure we don't lose them.
Yep.
Bill hit us with the question.
All right.
Says, question, are there any villains or heroes from DC that can do a fastball special but are never done before? Like Ink and Canvas from Jurgen's Batman Beyond run can make a wicked labyrinth on Terry. Okay, so it's funny you bring that up. Off the top of my head, I'm not thinking of any. But, you know what? No, the lies. Okay. I thought about it. You know what? I'm going to tell you how nasty I am. Because, I grew up an Image Comics head. So, the first thing that popped in my mind, Wildcats.
Oh, wow.
And the only reason why I'm going to stick with that as my answer is because they are a part of DC now. So, Maul and Warblade.
Okay. I'm going to give you 2 DC characters they don't even use no more. They forgot existed.
Ooh.
I'm going to give you, this is going to be real nasty. I'm going to give you Damage and Sideways. They could probably do a fastball.
Ooh, you know what I think? Dude, they did Sideways so nasty. Sideways was the only good character that came out that new age of DC heroes, and they just left that motherfucker in the dirt. Look, it wasn't, dude. Can we just stop? Can we just for a moment, Carter? How nasty is DC Comics? Did they done brought in? These fools done brought in several characters who are all basically ripoffs of Marvel. Like it wasn't an original. There was not an original character between them, and they for real said, "No, check this out. See, what we gonna do? Yeah, see, we different. We built different. Y'all like that Hulk? Guess what? Hey, we got a Hulk. Y'all like Spider-Man?
He was different from the Hulk. He could only do that shit for an hour.
This motherfucker. That may say he can only do it for an hour. Lord, stop. I will say this, in response to that, though, like, what was the other dude's? The Curse of Brimstone.
Mm-hmm.
That dude wasn't number the broke ass Ghost Rider.
Y2 Noob is in the chat saying, "What about Silencer? He was the DC Rebirth Punisher."
Yeah, that too. Yeah. I'm about to say shit. That too. And then let's see here. There was another one here I saw. Oh, yep. G Martinez says X-Men 97 is an adult cartoon which hits real hard across multiple generations. I need to know how y'all feel it aligned with the X-Men 97 comic book that preceded it. So, Carter, have you been reading the X-Men 97
this is all
comic?
you. Didn't read it. This is all you.
No, so here's the thing. The X-Men 97 comic is, it's not, I don't think the X-Men 97 comic is quite as adult as the show itself.
Yeah.
But it does not shy away from adult themes. Like, case in point, in the first issue of X-Men 97, you see Madeline tell Cyclops that she's pregnant.
Okay.
Like, they muse over the pregnancy test.
Okay.
So, like, I mean, and while that might not seem like that big of a deal to some people, that is actually a huge deal because you don't normally see people talk about pregnancy test in, like, a kid's cartoon. Or a comic that you might think is geared at kids. But I do feel like Marvel and Disney know who this show is supposed to be for. They know it's for the old heads that grew up with that. Like, that's why they do half the shit they do. But they do it in such a way I feel it's open to a person who might be younger to be able to get into it as well. And I think the comic does a really good job of being a good in-between for that. I like the comic. It's not my favorite thing in the world, but it does do a good job of being like a nice prequel to the show.
Gotcha.
Definitely. We got one here from Jerome. It says, question. I've recently learned that Invincible exists in both Marvel and DC universes. How common is that in comics? Not really. Yeah, it's actually incredibly rare. Incredibly rare. So here's one that I'll bring up. And I'm bringing this up only because I recently remember this because of my talk with Todd Johnson and Larry Stroman of Tribe. Did you know that Wolverine and Strong Guy are part of the Image Comics universe?
I did not know that.
Yeah. Yep. Sure fuck are.
I thought you were gonna say Angela, because Angela would be one.
Angela is definitely one. Oddly enough, she was not on my mind when talking about this. But here, I want to bring up there's a panel, at least a panel I thought I had before me. I may not have it before me.
Okay.
Which, if that's the case, then that is sad as fuck. Oh, here it is. Bam. Found it. Okay, so here we go. I am going to pull this image up. I don't know if y'all will be able to see the whole thing. If not, I'll zoom it in some more so we maybe can see it better. But like, look right here. Oh, Paris, you'll out here, just all over the place. I love it. So, right here, this is from Tribe, number 2, I believe.
Oh wow.
And or it might be Tribe number 1. Shit, I don't remember. No, it was Tribe number 2 because Tribe number 1 had the oh no, wait, lies. The lies I told. The lies I told. Not a part of the Image Comics universe, a part of the Axis Comics universe. Because you see right here, because Tribe number 1 was at Image. I forgot Tribe number 2 is when they shifted to a different publisher. But yeah, strong guy right here and Wolverine, but he's got his head tucked down. But you could pretty much tell because that's how Wolverine used to walk around at the time. And there might be another character in there that there has been some argument that you might be able to see some other characters. I'm not really 100% sure on that, but yeah, it's a thing. It's a thing. So, but it does happen. It does happen sometimes. And then there was, oh my God, I wonder if I still have this. Let me see if I still have it. And I don't know if I ever told you about this. There was a comic series called Mystic. Mystic. It was a cross-gen comics comic. And let me tell you something. This motherfucker, I don't know how they didn't get sued.
Shit.
Look at this shit. You got fucking a Batmite up there, a Mr. Mxyzptlk, a fucking Dormammu, an Etrigan the fucking demon. Icon, I think, is right there somewhere in there. Or it might be Mr. Miracle. I don't know. You take your pick on that one. Sandman in the background right here. Scarlet Witch. Oh, hey, 7 dwarves down here in this motherfucker.
Where the fuck did that come from?
Harry fucking Potter right here. Also pretty sure this is the Phantom Stranger here on the side.
Where did 7 dwarves come from?
Dude, I have no idea. I have no fucking clue. What in the world? And dude, that's not even it. I don't even think that's it. I want to say there was probably more. Oh, yeah. I knew I saw another one. So here, let me pull this up. Yeah, right here. Bam. The owl just chilling right here in the background. You can see White Raven back here. Dude, motherfuckers need their ass whipped.
You're gonna get so many people in trouble right
now. Right here. Here's Death. Here's Death from Sandman right here, just chilling.
Oh, wow.
Bruh, I'm telling you. I don't know how maybe they did get sued because, we never got another one of these I think the series never, I don't think the series ever actually completed. Like I said, okay. I could be, I'm not done yet. I forgot to show you the worst offender. Right here. Dr. Fate, Doctor Strange, Clea. I'm pretty sure that's someone else back there whose name I'm forgetting right now. This motherfucker right here.
You finna get so many folks sued out of nowhere. You finna get so many people caught up, dog.
Also, I'm pretty sure. So, like, if you're ever out and about and you're looking for the comic that this happened in, it was in this one, Cross Gen number 15.
Oh my God!
Cross Gen number 15.
That's what I'm saying. Blerd is big snitching right now. You gonna get so many folks bamboozled. Where's this lawsuit coming from? It was the bald one. He did it.
He did it. Wait, no, you know what's gonna happen? Somebody gonna be knocking on Ron Mars's door one day. Yeah, we're here to serve you some papers.
Yeah. Man, wait till a landmark 250th episode to just tell it. Ain't that some shit?
He done snitched. He done snitched.
Are you seeing any more questions?
Yeah.
Well, first, did you want to go ahead and do that super chat from Paris Yule?
Yeah, let's go and do that one real quick. We got one here, says, with the $20, says, busy today, gents, but wanted to ask, since we are getting deep cuts to these X books, is there a story you would like to see adapted on X97 that has not been done yet on any medium? This X97 stuff even got my wife sipping the tea. Hey, look, let me tell you something. I actually have a video coming out, by the time that all this stuff wraps up. I'll release, that is going to be in grander detail. But here's what I will say about things that I personally would want to see. Well, with the benefit of hindsight, that some of these storylines were already kind of covered, more or less. One I would actually like to see them do, especially considering how we've gone back to stuff like Mr. Sinister.
Yeah.
I would be interested in seeing them do something like Regenesis, or even I don't remember the name of the story arc, but the one that where Sinister revealed that he had taken over Xavier, like not like in Immortal X-Men. I'm talking about like back in the early aughts, like the when Mike Carey was writing X-Men.
Yeah.
That I would like to see that. I would most certainly like to see that.
Okay, that'd be cool.
Let's see what else we got here. I think one of the ones I wanted to read might have gotten away from me. I'm not 100% on that just yet, but give me un momento, por favor. I'm going to pull it up nonetheless. Let's see here. I saw one in here. Here it is. Yeah, here we go. Christian Rapper says, I won't be able to show this one, but we're going to just answer it anyway. Says, question, is that Invincible episode affecting how anyone else sees animation? I can't help but notice all the shortcuts that they mentioned. So here's the thing. When that episode came out, 99.999% of everything they mentioned was stuff I already knew about animation. Because you see it all the time. Anime has been doing it. American comics have been doing it. There's not... Disney fucking does it.
Yeah.
Even Disney's guilty of some of it. But what I like is I feel like it's starting to make people a little less critical of certain TV shows. Because I'm not going to lie, I remember when we were really hypercritical of or I wasn't really hypercritical of it as much, but I know like a lot of other people were hypercritical about the animation on season 4 of Young Justice. And a lot of the stuff that was mentioned in that episode of Invincible was done on that season and even previous seasons of Young Justice. But I mean, yeah, the thing is, animation is so expensive, so you save everything for those fights. Like all that stuff that was happening on Genosha with the Wild Sentinel, that was where all the budget went. So yeah, when you get those moments where like you're like a character is talking and all of a sudden you're just looking at the back of their head, and I think some people don't notice this quite as much, but this is actually very fucking common on X-Men 97. And I noticed this only because I regularly go through each episode looking for screenshots.
Okay.
One thing I noticed, and Carter, when I show you this, you'll notice it too, and you'll never be able to unsee it. Has anyone noticed how many super duper mega ultra close-up shots they do?
Yes, I have.
So this is by fucking design. They do this because guess what? You don't have to animate that much.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah,
makes sense.
you animate the face, you animate the eyes, the mouth, maybe. But like when you animate close up like that, you don't have to worry about so many other factors. Like you could just, and like this is just in the 5th episode. But if I go back to even the 1st episode, First episode is chocked full of a lot of it as well. Like, I'm talking super duper mega ultra close-up shots to where like you barely even see the entirety of a character's head. It's just it's all over the place, and it's not a bad thing. I don't think it's a bad thing, but I just think it's that episode put some of that stuff in more perspective for me to where I'm like, you know what, I was a little harsh on that. I was like, yeah, I'll take it back. Let's see, we got how many questions? That was 4, right? Not including the super chat. Not including the super chat. Oh, here we go. This is a good one. Do I think the X-Men 97 Life Death will lead to the Aussie era? Some people might forget that there was a stretch of time where the X-Men were based out of Australia. I could see it. I could see that being the next home. I could easily see that. I don't know. I'm not sure how other people would be receptive to it, but I'd be fine with it personally. I'd be 100% fine with it. And then let's see what we got here. We got one here. This is Nerd Large with the 7 months in the Blerd Club gold mine. Says, what's good, Big Ernie, Carter 3K, and organized Blerds? This is we finally got Captain America. Captain America 4 official imagery. I heard they cut y'all boy Seth Rollins. Thoughts? Hey man, Marvel wasn't ready for the drip god, man. They weren't ready for the drip god. Though it's so weird because I distinctly remember them saying that he went back for reshoots. But maybe they did end up ultimately cutting him. I don't know. Or maybe he just said, I don't know. Honestly, I'm curious to know what it was exactly the fuck he was doing. I feel like he was playing some random ass supervillain is what I would have to guess. I wouldn't be shocked if like someone came out and was like, oh yeah, he's playing Nitro or some shit. And I'd be like, okay, he probably got blowed up. He's the real Civil War kickoff.
Hey,
that sounds disgusting. We also got a $20 super chat here from Twyman. Says, wild question, what character would you make a black guy if you had the choice to change it? Marvel or DC, etc. Mine is Hulk, but it was pulled to X-Man a few times. So for me, honestly, there's not really any one specific character that I would do. However, I do think if I had to, if I was going to do it, if I was going to turn anyone anything, man, this does sound problematic as hell. It would have been Cyclops because it would have, but I'm actually kind of glad that they didn't because considering everything that he did in the comics as far as like being a terrible dad and a terrible husband, it would just be too much of a stereotype for me. So I'm kind of glad
that's a very weird question. That's a very weird question.
Yeah. Well,
I mean, he said it was a wild question, but
yeah.
He said his was the Hulk, but they've already done it. It was the Ultimate Hulk. He was Tyrone Cash. Yeah,
Tyrone Cash. Yeah. Which I still, oh my God, Tyrone Cash. I'm super good on Tyrone Cash. Let's see here. Yeah, I think that's it. I think we did it, Carter.
All right.
We did it.
Yep.
Carter, do you have anything to announce before we get up out of here?
No.
My man. I want to say thank you, everyone, for making this 250th episode possible. Like, y'all have no idea how much this means to me. And, I did what I did earlier at the start of the show. If you missed it for whatever reason, you showed up late, I actually highly recommend go back to the end of the countdown. Like around the 5, usually the countdown ends at like the 5 minute, 5 second mark. Go back to that part, go back to the 5 minutes and 5 second mark of the video, and you'll see what we did if you missed it, if you came in late for whatever reason. Because I did all that because I wanted to show you how far we had come, how far we had come and where we are now. This going from some rinky-dink little BS stream with bad audio, and sometimes still has bad audio, but I usually find out after the fact. I usually find out something was fucked up on my end or on Carter's end or somewhere else, and we just deal with it after the fact. But going from being such a small stream to being something that has been going for 250 weeks. It's a long time. It's a long time to be doing something. And, I never thought I would say that I would want to do something like that for a long time. I remember when I first started doing these streams on YouTube, I wanted to do them, but I wasn't enthusiastic about it because I was always worried about something, like whether it went right, wrong, whatever. Yeah. And I feel like I've become so comfortable in it that I don't even think about those things anymore. And all I think about is how much fun I'm going to have when we go live. So, we've come a long way, man. Long way. And, and it honestly, would not be possible. Would not be possible without all of you who come in, hang out with us, kick it with us, hanging out in the chat, dropping super chats, becoming channel members, patrons, whatever, so on and so forth. It like I said, I can't overstate it. As a matter of fact, when I was going back and watching a video that was, from very early on, from the first stream I ever did. Mm-hmm. And, I'm happy to say that I feel like I'm still the same person today that I was then. That said, thank you to Blerd Nerd out here. Blerd Nerd out here hitting us with, oh, wait, that was not the right button. Hitting us with the 499 says, thank you, Blerd. Carter presents, thank you, chat. Happy 250. Also, Jerome says, Ernie Carter, thank you for what you do for us and the comic book community by fostering a friendly, entertaining, and educational environment for everyone. We try to do our best, and honestly, a lot of that is with your help. So it's the thanks goes both ways. And Robo out here gifting 10 Blerd Without Fear memberships, man. Y'all give it up for Robo because he's out here doing the Lord's work out here, also helping mod and all this other stuff. Look, I've said it before. I will say it again. I will probably say it a million more times before it is even close to being all said and done. But there is no Blerd Without Fear without you. And there is no Blerd Cave without y'all showing up on Saturdays and, hanging out with us. It would just be me and Carter talking to each other. And that's it. Like, it would be a regular Discord call for both of us. Like, we're just, okay, well, let's play some video games.
I appreciate Gabriel Knight so much for this $19 super chat. Congratulations on your achievement, Ernie, and for Carter for being a part of the experience. Happy 250. Thank you for that $19. Thank you. It is much appreciated.
But you know what? On that note, you know what, guys? Man, it feels so good. It feels really good to be doing what we're doing. And you know what? I'll say it. Here is to 250 more. So for Carter Presents, I am the Blerd Without Fear. And you know what? I'm going to keep it positive this week. To every last single person who has supported us over the last 249 previous Blerd Caves leading up to this moment, I wish you all the best, happiest, safest, and most wonderful weekend, as well as looking forward to spending 250 more Blerd Caves with each and every one of you. Good night, everybody. Also, real quick, I saw we got a super chat here at the last minute, so I'm also going to give shout out to Chi-Town Dan for giving us the $5. Said, thank you for showing these Mickey Mouse companies you can do more than 10 of anything. Also, shout out to Adulting, no thank you. And I see we have got a couple more people coming in, becoming members. I appreciate that. Thank you all so much for that. Now, that's it. I'm going. Bye.